Hey everybody, Gluskup, thanks for the resub. I was just sitting here waiting for a subscription to kick it off. I appreciate it though. I hope you're doing well, Gluskup. All right, it is Friday afternoon. We are going to be streaming for maybe 2.5 hours or so. Whoops, not that button. This button. Yeah, 2.5 hours, I think. Thereabouts. And we're going to start with this one. Make it obvious you can augment the portal. So in the game right now, we have a buildings button, and it's got all the different things you can build. But then the portal has its own augment button here, which I'm blocking. If I move out of the way and move my chair out of the way, you can see it says 10 gold. So we have more than 10 gold, and yet nothing's indicating that you can do this, or that you should do this. So there are a few different ideas. One, we could try to make this glow green. I don't really like that. I think just throwing it into the buildings menu is a good idea, in which case we need to change how this works a little bit. But yeah, we would just have something like upgrade portal in here. It would just say the cost. And it would actually, what should it do? It was the right way to initiate the stream. I agree. Because we could, you won't know what you're getting by upgrading it. So I think it would just have to open this dialogue. Would that be weird? So you click it and it opens this. And then maybe this glows green. Hey, Kevin. So wait, Kevin, what's the plan for today? Shouldn't based on what you said yesterday, it sounded like you'd have to be on foot for most of the day and not have a place. I guess you could be in a cafe or something. I am curious. Yeah, so let's write some of these thoughts down. Getting pre-rolls again. They shouldn't be able to happen at the beginning of the stream. I'm not sure why they're hitting you all of a sudden. And I just looked at these settings earlier today. And I'll pull this up again really fast, but I'm assuming you're able to see the stream now. But yeah, it says pre-roll ads for incoming viewers fully disabled. So I'm not sure. Not sure what's going on. Ah, you're in the library. I see. Yeah, I remember you mentioning the work call. I didn't know what timing it would be though. Well, at least it's a nice place to be. All right, so augmenting the portal. Goal, make it clearer that you can do this. So the idea is put a button in the buildings menu when you have enough to augment the portal. And clicking that button would open the battle panel. Then maybe we highlight button in the battle panel. That I don't know about. We'll see if it continues. Yeah, I'm not sure what could cause that. It I don't know. It could just be coincidence that they're showing up then. I don't know. But yeah, definitely let me know, Stilling. Hey, Extron. I don't know about highlighting the button in the panel. I guess just so torn. Like the other thing I was kind of thinking about is what if it just glowed green when you could afford it? I don't think I want to do that. I think let's just start with the basic thing. We definitely need it to be in the buildings panel so that it'll show when you can get this. I think that's important. And I only want it to show there when you're done with the tutorial. Make sure this doesn't show up during the tutorial so you can't spend the money yet. Make upgrade portals show in the buildings dialog when you have enough money and when the portal can be upgraded by spending money. And clicking the upgrade portal button will just open the battle map. It feels a little weird. It's almost like it should open the battle map and then also say like, do you want to upgrade this? Yeah, I think that's fine. Or the way this currently works is when you click one of these things, it moves the camera to where that thing is. So we could have it move the camera to the portal, but it's not really going to matter because it would be moving the background of this dialogue. So yeah, I think we'll just open this up. I think it makes sense to be at the top level instead of inside buildings. Thoughts? Oh, right. And then not have a start battle show up there at the upper right. So you're saying combine the two ideas. And then all we would do is when you have enough money to do this, you would highlight this green. That's a pretty good idea. Yeah, it's a pretty good idea. Okay, now there's an ad break running. Stilling, can you see me still? Can you see me or is there an ad? Okay. Yeah, that's a good suggestion. Consider just ditching the start battle button and put it in the main menu, then make it green when you have enough to augment the portal. Yeah, Stilling, you're on some like weird alternative reality ad schedule somehow that's only affecting you. I don't know what's doing that. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what would cause that. Oh well. I just have no explanation. That's all. I feel like I should understand this as a Twitch streamer, but I don't know how you're getting ads on a different schedule. All right, well, do I have a thing written about this? Because I think that's pretty important. Start battle. Because I know Kevin suggested this earlier, and I don't know if I wrote it down here or if it is. Ah, here it is. Does it make sense to have start battle button there? We can even disable it when you have too many battles going and just show a special tooltip in that case, saying why it's disabled. Yes, I think we do this. Ads don't make sense. They tell us. All right, so on second thought, Kevin suggested this. So here's what I think the real tasks are. So it's get rid of the start battle button. Or well, move it. Move the start battle button to the town menu. Highlight it green when the portal can be upgraded with money and when you have enough money. Then the guildmaster's tip about starting a battle should refer to the upper left, not the upper right. And what else? I guess like look through other issues like this one to see if we can close them. Anything else? Anything else? Anything else? No, I guess like test saving and loading to make sure the button is highlighted appropriately. Only when you can upgrade the portal and have enough money. It's the same pizza ad every time. Maybe you should be getting a pizza. Maybe that's what the universe is trying to tell you. All right. Now for a minor question, what should the order of the buttons be? And I think start battle should probably be on top. Oh yeah, make this thing be disabled when you don't have enough or when you can't battle. Disable the start battle button when you have too many battles. Or maybe allow it to no, you don't know. You wouldn't be able to start it. Maybe show a tooltip in that case saying why it's disabled. Getting a haircut ads. Get a haircut while you eat some pizza. All right. Well, let's go start on this. So where does start battle show? Also, start battle is some like special button, right? Button with custom children. Yeah. Wait a second. What? We did this already? What did I do? What? I don't remember making this. Was I even the one who made this? Button has a pressed handler, but how does that work? This is this is confusing. First, let's go take a look at this. Button with custom children. Who wrote this? Okay, the 5 months ago version was me. So I'm going to assume I wrote this originally. Then what size is the button? That doesn't make any sense. Because it highlights correctly, right? Yeah. Do we have some special thing here? And it's a different script, is it not? Huh. I don't get how this works. I think it needs to show the map still because it would be weird to disable it and not let you augment the portal, even though that button is green, right? So green and disabled would be weird. Yeah, it's a good point. And thank you for mentioning that, Ski. Button takes whole space in the panel. Oh, that is smart if that's the way that this works. Layout, container sizing, fill, yeah. So it always fills the panel, but then so does this thing. Very clever. I don't know how long it took to come up with that originally. Actually, this. Oh man, I gotta write that in my Godot UI thing, right? A button with a rich text label as a child. Wait a sec. I want to write this down somewhere, but I think I was solving something slightly different here. Yeah, I actually did this sort of pattern already for a button that looked like this. All right, I purposely clipped quite a lot of this because I can trim it in here now. Now this, I did not purposely take an extra pixel on top, but I don't think it's worth fixing that. The scene tree for this is a margin container, then a button, then another margin container, then an HBox container, and then what? A texture rect and a label? Yeah. This is set to fill the container both horizontally and vertically so that the button, so that it doesn't need any custom sizing logic. Is it hacky? I'm not even sure it's hacky. that inner one is the one that matters. The outer one could just be a center container. I guess it's got to be some kind of container. Where is change type? There's no change type. Okay, well, anyway, what are all the containers we have? Yeah, center container might be fine. I don't even think we don't even use this as anything else. So I think you're correct about that. What is the type of this? It is a margin container. Okay, yeah, I think we can just make this a control because I don't think anything special mattered here. Well, creative, I think it's not bad, to be honest. I guess the button is what's being hit. Oh yeah, we did need to disable all the mouse handling here. Make all children ignore mouse. This is needed so that the button properly handles clicks and other events, hover, etc. Preserve mouse filter. Press to invoke. Okay, yeah. So I want this function to be there. So this is actually a center container. The script on the root has a function like this to make sure that only the button is clickable. This is ridiculous, but I think it'll all work. Okay, so we have the center container. This is going to be called button with custom children. We make this the scene root. We delete the margin. What? Inherited scene. Oh. Okay, delete that. Is that why I couldn't change the type of this? There's change type. Center container. Now that's easy peasy. And then it should work exactly the same way. So let's go try that. I think I'd set it to inherit container instead of control. So it's clear it needs to be a container. Generally, the reason I don't do that is because it only needs to inherit from a container for positioning. And if we break the positioning, it's going to be obvious that we either need to update the code or the scene. I know what you're saying. I think it's maybe somewhat minor in this case. Okay, that part didn't work. Why didn't that work? Did I break something? This is now a center container. Oh, I might have, yeah, I think I know what happened here. No, it's not what I thought. I was going to say, I thought maybe that I changed the sizing or something on this. Somehow this got changed. I didn't even mess with this. It's like it added a new animation. I think I accidentally clicked a button. I probably just accidentally clicked something. Something else broke. The town menu lost margins. Yes, you're right. Yeah, it probably does require that this is a particular node type. But where? Because this stuff all looks like UID problems. What is this? Invalid UID on, yeah, this is a UID problem. All of these should be UID problems, all right? X resource, invalid UID, invalid UID. What is happening? All I did is change that to a center container and now maybe the button doesn't know to size itself according to, oh, container default, interesting. Oh, because it's a center container. Yeah, of course, it would stay in the center. So this can't be a center container. This needs to be some kind of container, but it can't be one that controls the size of its children, just the position of its children. I guess even panel container could work. Yeah, I think that would work. I don't think it automatically fixes itself, but if we relaunch this, it should work. Yeah, okay, I see. Except for it shouldn't be a panel because a panel actually has a background. So we would need to resize it. So I guess margin container is an intentional decision. Actually, we might be able to just say it's a container. Yeah. No, we can't. All right, yeah, I guess margin container is just the easiest one, or panel container with no background. this can't be something like center container, or it would resize. It wouldn't allow the button to resize itself. Yeah, panel container would work, but the button should be the panel. Panel container could work, but it would need to have no panel since the button will act as a panel. Yeah, and I don't know if there was any margin here ever, which is why that probably looks like what it used to when it just doesn't look maybe like what we expect. And now it makes me wonder, should we have had margin there? I don't know. But yeah, this is back to normal. And we should have no changes to anything, right? I just changed the control, which by the way, we could keep the way it is. Or make it be a margin container, that's fine. So this would let us do the rich text button if we ever ended up with something like that. Rich text. No, I don't think we ever did write anything down about this. Oh, God. 28 issues with the word button in it. I don't think any of them are the one I was talking about here. I think I left it in this file. Yeah. Whew. All right. So the reason I mentioned this is because if I'm not mistaken, this is the only place where we use this button. Button with custom children. Yep, just the start battle button. So once we remove the start battle button from here, we could actually delete all of this stuff. I'm not sure how I feel about that because I think they will want that button with custom children at some point, and I don't want to have to resurrect that code. And it could turn into the rich text button. In fact, I'm kind of curious if we should just test that right now. It should be pretty easy to do. I kind of want to try it. All right, so we instantiate a button with custom children. I don't know where that even exists. Where are you? Why is it not showing? Why isn't it showing? Doesn't it normally show when you hover over this? Huh, I don't know, but we can just say show in file system then. It is just in scenes. Okay. So scenes, button with custom children. Then in children container, we had a rich text label. And we say fit content and type testosterone. I guess what we need to do is increase the size of this thing. Oh, no, there we go. And probably we want to set some margin on here, like 5555. So wait a sec, this should just work. I don't know how we would definitely test this. Maybe just like some font size stuff. Font size equals 24 slash font size. And then maybe just a new line. Oh, you can't type new lines in here. Font size 12. This should work. I need to run the scene to test it. So I'm gonna call this delete me, but I think it should like let me hover over it just fine. It does, yeah. Wow. That was so easy. This task is already done. Oh my God. Why didn't this strike me when I was thinking about this last time? Yeah. This is, yeah, this is this. Okay. So this forms the container for arbitrary children right here. This is a container for any arbitrary children, e.g. a rich text label. I happen to need a texture and a label, which is why I have a container beneath this with both of those. Does this allow me to do everything I said I wanted? I think so. Man, I don't know why I didn't think of that. It's so simple. And we could probably make this flat, right? Yeah, wow. It's just so easy. Oh, I was just racking my head about this the other day. I'm very impressed. I'm very impressed. Um, we did run into one problem with this when we were looking into this the other day, which is we needed an icon and text, but they needed to use different filters, but we could just have two labels. So yeah, there's basically no problem. This is for the currency thing. Yeah. I don't know if I want to do this now because I don't think there was a big reason to do this. May not be worth it. Even with a rich text label, the emojis still need a nearest filter. The rest of the text would need this. Well, I even wrote maybe we make button with custom children. Seriously, I literally have button with custom children right here that I worked on 5 months ago. Okay, fine. Well, whatever. Yeah. Make rich text button out of button with custom children. For the sake of like the purchased skill buttons. Emojis still need a nearest filter, and you can only have one per canvas item. Wow. Dictionary naming conventions are the same. Yep. That's the one benefit of this. No, honestly, the benefit is I resurrected this in my mind so that if I were to do this, it's not going to be a problem. I'm so happy, though, that we discovered that and talked about it. And the notes now are improved for everybody. I mean, this isn't immediately online. I did just upload the new ones yesterday, though. So what did I have originally? A button with a rich text label. Caveat, it is in container, so you need to manually size the button. Many properties are not virtual, so you won't have proper behavior. Yeah, so I need to keep that in mind. But this is actually not a child of the button. It's a sibling. A button with a container as a sibling, and the container has any arbitrary contents. Caveat, it's pretty much the same as above. Oh, why is this tabbed in weirdly? Huh, weird. These are tabbed in like hardly at all. Yeah. Same as above, that button doesn't have virtual properties and functions. Rich text button is conceptually is a button. Addressing the sizing problem isn't that difficult. If it ever matters that you have a button reference when you want a rich text button, you would cast the type. This technically isn't how this worked. It's a container with a button as a child and another container as the sibling. A button and a container. Yeah, except for now it just wouldn't be a button reference. However, since a container is now the root of the scene, you wouldn't even have button references. You would have button with custom children references. So I don't even know. This is one of the problems I think just about learning in general is you can't keep all the information in your head at once. So if you try to now bounce between this and let's say two other game engines over the course of 10 years, you've probably just forgotten most of what you did in the first game engine after even I guess 5 months. That's all it takes. And I think that's why these notes are so important. Of course, in the time it takes you to get back to whatever it is you took the notes on, that technology might have changed. But that's life. Can't really do anything about it. Can't improve your brain to remember everything. So you write it down, and you can't make your notes automatically update themselves. I think the best idea is the starred one above. E.g., I did this for a button that looked like this. Yeah. Yeah, and then the rest of the script is not really that hard, is it? What else is in here? Button with custom children. There's a pressed event. Yeah, it has to manage its own state about whether it's disabled or not. I wonder if it's worth just copy pasting this whole thing into my notes. Interesting. Just code your own engine, yeah. It's going to be interesting to have an AI trained on your notes so you can. Yeah, and that's what Google purports to do with Notebook LM, which I need to try at some point. Because that's, yeah, I think you would just be able to say, like, how did I solve this problem in the past? And it would just answer it for you. All right, well, I think this is good. I got a little sidetracked there. I don't want to delete this for sure. I do want to take a look at Start Battle Button and figure out what it did on top of this. There's just set is showing and it just had a tween. And that's it. So yeah, deleting this should be fine. Man, I just still... I just can't believe this. All right, let's delete all of this. Reveal in Finder. Start Battle Button is gone. All right, so now what uses Start Battle Button? A whole bunch of stuff. It had its own scene, which now can be deleted. We had a texture that just came from a graphic we already used. So yeah, we don't need to delete another graphic. But all those other things are fine. So I guess just delete this whole thing. Delete. And then town is going to break. Okay, let's start with town so that we can open that and not worry about it getting messed up. Where's Start Battle? There it is. Okay, so now that that's gone, now we should be able to delete this with no errors. Good. So now we close out of this. The delete me scene should also be deleted. It says so in its very name. Done. Okay, where else does Start Battle Button exist? Why did I do that? Here we go. Battle Panel had it as well. That's a different button. Oh yeah. Okay, there were two with the same name. So town needs to be updated. Guildmaster needs to be updated. Any others? Not this one. Oh my goodness. Okay. So there still is a button and all of these things are fine, I guess. We just need to change what emits this event. So it's really just these things that need to change and maybe not even this. Yeah, just these. All right, so it's all in town. So let's just open up town. Man, there was this tune that my wife was humming last night, and it sounded like a Mega Man tune to me. But then I looked at YouTube and I couldn't find the track fast enough, and now I've forgotten what it is. But this would have been the perfect time to ask because someone in chat probably knows what it is. And darn it. Then I asked my wife, like, hey, can you hum that tune again? And she's like, how does it go? And I'm like, no, I'm asking because I don't remember how it goes. Need to use Shazam. So I tried. I was like whistling it into my phone, but it didn't get it from that. It came up with three tunes that were different. And like I said, now I've forgotten what it is. But it's killing me because whatever she was humming definitely wasn't Mega Man. And I wanted to know what it was that she was humming, and I also wanted her to hear what it was putting in my head the whole time. And we'll never know the answer to either of those things. How will she have reacted knowing that Mega Man took her favorite tune that she felt was unworthy? Not her favorite tune, I don't know what it was. Okay, so this shouldn't exist here. Press it, hide it from getting in the way of the resulting dialogue, and then we need to show it again, and player wants to start fresh battle. So that stuff is still kind of needed. It's got to be in the town menu instead. And then set the visibility based on whether the panel is visible and whether there are enough instance slots in use. Okay, so before we start changing stuff, let's think about what Ski talked about. We want to put this in the main menu. We want it to be highlightable, which means that it should always be interactable. Alternatively, we just disable it and make it not green anymore. But what would it mean to open this thing if you couldn't start a battle? You might set up a party and then it might say you have 3 battle windows, and the only way to handle that would be to close the window. There is one other thing we could do. Yeah, so here's our problem. You can only have 3 battle windows open at once. So right now, we stop you from opening the battle map. I'm just going to call it battle map. When you have 3 windows already. However, that would mean you couldn't open the battle map to upgrade the portal. So option number 1 is just disable the start battle button when you have 3 battles. And if you have enough money to open the or to upgrade the portal, just don't render the button green since it's disabled. Option number 2 is allow you to open the battle map but not start a battle. And option number 3 is allow you to open the battle map and you can start a battle as long as there's a slot, as long as there's a battle that has ended and doesn't have auto repeat on. Start battle button in the map is disabled. Yeah, that's working. Oh, I see what you're saying. What I'm talking about is stupid because we're already in option 2. We already do this. No, wait. Why do we do that? I don't know why we do that. I'll have to look at that. Who cares? Thanks for the resub. Senior manager at work deleted 3 of our servers thinking they weren't being used. We can't run our tests right now because of that. Oh, man. I mean, I've probably done things like that too. Although I don't think it affected a team of people. You could always just, yeah, that's right. You could click the portal to open it. So yes, so option number 2 is what we already do and we should continue to do, I guess. All right, so we should just never disable the button. So then we don't have any problems here. Yeah, hiding the button is also kind of pointless then too. Cool. All right, so then just get rid of this. Cross this off. I'm not sure if it's going to allow me to cross it off like that. It did, yeah. So all right, update. We don't need to disable the button. You can always open the battle map from the portal. So we need the internal start battle button to be disabled, which we already do. That was supposed to be over there. All right, let's get to work. That was a lot of planning for this. This is what I was a little bit worried about originally was, oh, this isn't going to be straightforward. I'm happy with what we talked about though, and I think this is going to be a much better solution in the end. So now the town menu needs this thing. I guess we can just put it over there. Town menu. And we're going to make a start battle. Should I just say battle? I mean, it used to say start battle. So how about we just start with that? But at the end of this task, I'm going to say consider renaming it to battle. Consider rewording the button text to just battle, if that's better. I don't know if that's better. All right, and then did this have a tooltip on here? It does. Did we have a tooltip on the other button? I just deleted it, so I don't remember. Not through there, we didn't. What about through here? Tooltip, nope, we didn't. I don't think it needs a tooltip. I think start battle is probably pretty straightforward. Needs to be open map or the likes. The map has more data than just starting a battle. Battle map. Open map. Battle map sounds good to me. All right, how about we just stick with that for now, and I'll just say consider rewording the button text. Start battle, ain't it? I mean, it's not start battle, but the point is just to give me enough context. So the next question is, can you have it open and still click the town menu? I don't remember the answer to that question. Error, typer namespace, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I know this doesn't exist. This shouldn't even be here. It's going to cause everything else to break, though. Oof. All right, let's reload this whole thing. Who cares? Do you have to work on the weekend? I know you said what a great way to start the weekend, but like hopefully you don't have to pay for this mistake. Start battle button. All right, so this won't exist here. I'm going to delete this stuff. This is going to come from the town menu. And then the battle button visibility is, I guess, going to go into the town menu, maybe? I don't know. So having that button with some different text makes sense. Yeah. All right, this is all fine. Why is this here? Who cares about this? Guildmaster does, and the beginning of the game tracker does. Both of those can get this from the town menu, I think. But isn't there one other spot that we need this? On chose instance party. Oh God. Okay. This is fine. This is totally correct. Nobody needs to worry about that. We just need to fix whatever's red here. The name set battle button visibility doesn't exist. Did I just delete that? I put it here. Yeah, because that's supposed to be for the town menu. And this is every time. All right, so let's copy this stuff out of here. This is pressing the button, which would hide the button, and then say that they want to start a fresh battle. I'm going to move this here too. How many more of these are there? So many. There's another team that needs to get involved or restore those servers from backup. Not my team. Okay, good. All right, maybe it's better to pursue this from the town menu thing. Battle map button. Battle map button. All right. This is just called battle map, I guess. And then before I forget, let's save that. Okay. Now what? Set when it's pressed that it needs to do something. Battle map button pressed. I guess it's the other way around. Pressed battle map button. It's just funny because the same senior manager is the one who requests my team to run those tests. We can't because you deleted the server. 3 servers, in fact. And we hide this by default too. So now what's going to get this to show? It's going to be what we had here. It's going to show as long as you've unlocked the ability to battle. The ability to battle only happens once you have an adventurer. So once you hire an adventurer, do we already have an event for that? Yes, we do. Set state of buttons requiring adventurers. Wow, look at that. So we just set that this thing is visible if you have adventurers. So that's its visibility. We need to eventually color it green. We're not going to worry about that yet. Any other problems with that? No, I don't think so. And in clicking, it doesn't do anything yet. All right, so I don't think we need this here anymore. Yeah, I don't think we need this. I don't even think we need to keep track of this function anymore. Instance loss, 3. No, yeah, I don't think we care about that. Battle panel close would set the button to show again. We don't need that. This isn't needed, and this is definitely needed. But I don't know where we're going to put it. Now, what's this one? On closed instance slot, set battle button visibility. Okay, we don't need that. On closed instance slot, that's not even used anymore now. So we just don't even need to know this. On closed instance slot. Yeah. All right, anything else? No, that's all. Did I delete anything that might have cascaded into needing to delete something else? I don't see any other signals that went away here, so I don't think so. But we'll review this code again toward the end. All right, so I should be able to launch this. I should be able to answer that question I had from before, which is when the battle map is open, can you click the town menu? And I don't remember the answer to that. It doesn't build. Oh, it didn't show up as an error originally. Party reached portal. Yeah, we don't need this. This is when we start a battle. On close start instance. Oh, so much of this. That doesn't show up anywhere? Oh, interesting. All right, let's try running it again. Man, so I was trying to think of like, how can I celebrate different milestones? And every time I've launched a checkpoint, I've tried to celebrate. So this coming Friday, we are going to have another checkpoint. And I was like, how do we celebrate? And I talked to my wife about it. And I'm like, what if we went to, this restaurant? Well, turns out in the mail today, we got a coupon to that restaurant that said like buy one entree, get one free. So the world is steering me toward going to that restaurant to celebrate. So I'm excited. What are we testing? Oh yeah, battle map. Yeah, so this isn't going to do anything other than say clicked, but it shouldn't show up until you've hired your first adventurer. So I guess let's go to the town debug. Just to shove it to the pizza ad. You sure showed those advertisers. What kind of restaurant is it? What kind of restaurant is it? Let me look this up really fast. What just happened? Apparently a fast casual sandwich and salad place. Yeah. Okay, so we have buildings show up, and then as soon as I hire the adventurer, we have battle map show up, but you can't click it. Well, you can't click it because I didn't make it clickable. So now we need to go fill that out. And we need to connect it to this code. Player wants to start fresh battle. No, we don't. What am I doing? It's just got to be like clicking the portal. All right, so how do we make it so you can click the portal? Oh, wait, this button doesn't even need to exist anymore, right? The battle panel has it. Hang on a second. Only had one adventure. No, but this is called battle map now. I see. Okay, yeah. So in the old world that we had here, we had a start battle button on the main screen. Clicking it when you had exactly one adventurer and one location would just immediately start the battle. In any other case, clicking it would open the map. Now, the button is called Battle Map, so you would always expect it to open the map. That's totally a kind of restaurant. I mean, fast casual sandwiches and salads. I'd say that that's a pretty good answer for the kind of restaurant, right? Tells you what kind of cuisine they have, what the ambiance is. So we don't need this, I think. So now we just do what the portal did. What happens when you click the portal? Portal. Does the portal have its own script? It probably does. Yeah, it does. And it has a clickable input thing. There should be a signal from here. There isn't though. It's just battlepanel.show. And there was a sound when you clicked it. All right, so I guess we just do what just happened? Yeah, there. All right, now we reload this because it's broken again. This is the bricklaying tenant coming in handy. I don't think I've complained about this task, have I? Maybe I did, but I don't feel like I did a lot. All right, we get our first adventurer. And we click battle map. Nice. Okay, so this is a level of cognitive load that the old version did not have. And we could bypass this if we wanted to, but we wouldn't have the button be called battle map if we did that. So what we could do is we could start you in this state and just have you click start battle and it could be glowing or something. We obviously need to disable upgrade portal because now it's in your face and it's so close to the other button that you might accidentally click it and then soft lock yourself. Oh, wait, are we talking about? No, but the what kind of restaurant is different from what restaurant? And saying, yeah, no, I stand by what I said. What if you make it hammer time instead of battle map? That would definitely work. In fact, I think renaming every button to hammer time would probably be fine. Yeah, I think we need to start you. I don't know, actually. We could have some guidance on this screen saying like set your battle party. But I think just having start battle be enabled by default is probably best. So then what happens here? You finish this battle. I don't care about the look around stuff. Sure, we make this, just whatever, blah, blah, blah. Now we go back to this and you're in that same state. If we click this, you're in that same state. Yeah, so we should just start you with that in your battle party. Start with your first adventurer in the battle party. Alfred, thank you for the resub. Happy 3 1/3 years. So that you can save a click and then maybe highlight the start battle button or show another dialogue once you have the battle map open. Oh, there was one other thing I wanted to see. Yeah, you cannot click the town menu. So this is always battle map. It's not toggle because to close it, you just click anywhere. Bypassing it for the first battle, even by having a different button can make sense, but also maybe confusing. Yeah, I'm torn on this too. I think teaching you how to use this sooner rather than later is maybe not bad. Also showing you that there are lots of locations. Like this is more visual than it ever used to be. So yeah, if we just highlight this button or draw an arrow or something to it, I think it could be good. Let's start with that first thing though, which is setting up the battle party. What even does this? Party chooser? Is this where I think it is? Yes, it is. So how do we do this? Does this have access to the town? No, of course not. Set battle party. That's what I want. I want the battle panel to do this. This should have access to the town, right? Yes, good. Ooh, 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 ooh. All right, set battle party. This is done on edit, and done on the very first battle. If you want to start a battle but only have one adventurer in one instance, then don't bother popping up this UI to the player since there's no choice to be made. Plus, it may confuse new players. So this was you have one adventurer and they can start a battle and your battle party has nothing and you have one instance unlocked, then set them to that and then start the battle. What calls this? Player wants to start fresh battle. What calls this? Nothing. Well. We must set this to -1 somewhere. Oh, nothing does that anymore. I guess open the map needs to do it. This is just opening the map. It's like pressing M. But we need to set the instance slot to use in that case. Don't we need to do that when you press M though? Yeah, I had this. Yep. This is what used to be there. But where do we have, what is it? Toggle instance, toggle map, battle panel. There it is. Toggle battle map visibility. This is not right. This is not right. This needs to know that you wanted to spawn it from a new one. Oh my God. No wonder this was, I think this was causing problems. Okay, so let me get this straight. When we edit this and then hit start battle, it's going to spawn in this window. But now that I've spawned it in this window, now when I press M and open this up, it's still going to go in this same window. Yeah, that's why that's happening. Oh. Lurking for the afternoon stream. Hope it goes well. No, everything's going fine. This is all like normal progress. I'm okay hitting barriers as long as I'm overcoming them. What I don't like is barriers that take like 4 weeks. This is totally fine. Hey, Q-Boy, and thank you. Yeah, so what we have to do here is we need to tell the battle panel that you're starting a new slot or a new battle slot. Do we have a function for that? Almost certainly not, because it was only here. Public void use new battle slot. Set next battle, or like make next battle use fresh instance slot. Yeah, whatever. Stupid function name. So we're going to put that there. And then the battle map thing in the town menu needs to do the same thing. There. Now, this function shouldn't exist because we're not going to immediately trigger wants to start battle. But we could do that. But this is called from somewhere else. No, it's not called from somewhere else. Oh, there's just start battle. You're out the party since the existing party is already likely in battle. Interesting. So we would clear this. Very interesting. Oh, man. Okay, now we delete all of that stuff. All right, so I still have not done the thing I wanted to do, which is when you're in the very beginning state of the game, it's pretty much that condition I just deleted. When you're in the very beginning state of the game that we want to use that as your battle party. How do we detect this? So it's when you show this thing for the first time, which you're going to do from the town menu, but isn't guaranteed. All it's going to call is show. We could detect that the visibility has changed and understand that we're in that situation. Yeah, we could. Visibility change plus equal. Lana, hey, thanks for the raid. Welcome in, everybody. How's everybody doing? I hope the stream is good. Q-Boy, thanks for the resub. And Slow Dive, howdy. We are working on Skevelopment, which I've been doing for quite some time, and Lana always gives me the opportunity to share, but I'm always like, no, I'll just hold off. That's totally fine. Although I do appreciate it. I did just make a trailer on Tuesday of this week, and it is here, and I will show it to you all because it is the quickest intro to the game and because I'm proud of actually making a trailer here. So let me turn off my camera and let's load this up. And I'm going to make sure we got audio for this too. All right, so here's the trailer. Check this out. Thanks for watching. Yeah, so I just made that on Tuesday. Too fancy. What's too fancy? But Adam, what is idle light? Yeah, so for those who've played traditional idle games, I have a lot of problems with them. And in general, my main problems are they're generally infinite, they generally have microtransactions, and they generally like make you hit barriers to try to push the microtransactions. Roberto, hey, on YouTube. Heart to you too. Oh, thanks, Em. Yeah, that was the music we made on stream, or like mostly made on stream. And so Skevelopment is supposed to be a game where you're not really fully active like you would be in, let's say, an ARPG, and you're not so idle that you're leaving the game running for 8 hours on end, but you're also not directly controlling a lot of stuff in the game. So yeah, your workers just walk around, your battles are pretty much automatic. Customers will just buy things if they're in your shops, those sorts of things. The NPCs have schedules. They don't have schedules. They occasionally will desire a particular item, and then if you get them this item, they'll tip you for it. But other than that, they just walk around, they idle every once in a while. It's nothing too crazy there. Thanks, Tapier. What game is this? This is Skevelopment. So what we've been working on lately is getting ready for a couple of launches. So one thing is going to be on January 17th. That's going to be version 0.5. It's going to be publicly available for free. It's probably going to be like an hour or two of gameplay. Then there's going to be the Steam festivals, which I'll type the fest command in chat. But yeah, then those are coming up in February. So we finally have the trailer on the Steam page and everything. And eventually you'll be able to click like install demo or something. And that should happen early February. Wait, so it's MP? No, it's single player, if that's what you're asking about. Yeah, there is no connecting with other people here. These are NPCs. They are wandering around. They're the customers in your town, but they don't have like very fleshed out behavior trees or anything. Yeah, I'm using Colmac DH. Still not totally sure about it, but I do feel like I'm getting faster. Anyway, what we've been working on today is a lot of new player experience stuff. I try to do UX sessions with some friends every once in a while, and I've done like 6 so far. And I think tomorrow is number 7, or maybe number 6, I don't know. But this person tomorrow has never seen the game or has never played the game, probably only has a vague idea of what it's all about. And I'll be able to get feedback from her, and she'll tell me, you know, hey, I was confused by this, or I like this part, or the music sounds great, or something like that. What's this Skevelopment? It's just a portmanteau of Skevelopment and development. It's me working on a game that happens to feature a skeleton. There's the skeleton right there. Look at him go. Yeah, so one of the things I wanted to do here is we had a start battle button in the upper right, and that's how you would start a battle, of course. But it would just actually open up this map view, and from here is actually where you would start the battle. So now I'm moving it into this menu, and in order to get this to work, we've got to do a couple of different things. So I think what we're going to do is the very first time you start a battle, let's do visibility change plus equal. Actually, how about this? If visible, just show this dialogue. And why is this all red? Action does not take one argument. How many does it take? None? Oh, okay, sure. And then this we'll put down here, private void, whatever. And I want to resurrect this condition, although probably modify it a little bit. So if you have one adventurer and they can start a battle and your party has 0 and you have 1 instance, then set the battle party. Don't automatically start the battle though. All right, let's try that. I enjoy idle games, but the microtransaction push is terrible, and eventually it just becomes a mindless speedrun to infinity. Exactly. That is what I don't like about it. I think the infinite gameplay combined with the other stuff makes it unfortunate. It's like if you knew a game had, let's say, 20 hours of gameplay, and you would speed up, I don't know, an hour or two by making a purchase, like, hey, that's your prerogative, right? But if you know that a game has an infinite amount of gameplay and you're saving an hour or two, it's like that just seems like a scam to me. And I get that you'd have to get pretty philosophical here because it's like, what is the point of a game for most players? Well, it's to have fun. And if you're having fun and you're spending money, then is there a problem? And like, yeah, not really, I guess, but I just still think it's kind of scummy to do. Oh, sorry, did I create some or all of the art? No, I created none of the art unless you count music as art, in which case I made all of the music. But yeah, none of the visual art. Do you think it's better to learn pixel art or commission it to someone else? I think it depends on what you like and why you're doing it. If you like doing pixel art, I don't think you need any other reason. Yeah, sure, go do it. If you don't like pixel art, then I think you need to come up with what is your reason? Is it to make money? Is it to save money by making the art yourself? Is it to eventually like get good at it? Is it to eventually start to like it? If it's to make money, it's probably not worth it if you're already a programmer. If it's to save money, it could be worth it if you also find it fun. It depends on how good you are to begin with. I'm so bad that I think it would take me minimally a year to start making any graphics that are even halfway decent. And I don't think they'd be great. I think they'd be halfway decent. So for me, I don't think it's worth it, but also I want to put my time into other things. But yeah, if you've got an hour after work here and there and you're like, oh, I want to learn some artwork, yeah, you should definitely do it. Did I make the pixel art? Yeah, sorry. That's in the credits. Yeah. Are you using a game engine or is this just mono game? This is Godot. So yeah, I am using a game engine. All right, what do we just do? Oh yeah, we made it so that now the first time you click that window, it should spawn with your adventure in there. So if I pick mage and I click battle map, it should have the mage on the right side. Perfect. So what this lets us do is just click start battle. So now we would need to make the start battle button very obvious. We also need to disable upgrade portal. So that needs to happen somewhere. But as far as I'm concerned, the first little bits of this stuff are done. Disable augment or upgrade portal so that you can't soft lock yourself. I really need to clean this keyboard. It double types when a month or two passes and I haven't cleaned the cat hair out of it. When are we gonna see Adam make a game with his pixel art? I think I'd like to learn how to make art at some point in my life, but I just have other things I'd like to learn even more than that right now. So for example, I made the music for the game, but I want to get better at making music. And if I have free time, I'd just rather put it toward music than art right now. Modulated the same green. The only issue is that there's a bluish tint to begin with, so I don't think it'll look as good, but we can try it. First, we need to type in C# light green and figure out what the hex code is. Yeah, so it's this 90 EE90. And then we need to paste it into here as the modulate. You know what? That's good. I think it's fine. It's at least a good start. Intenshi, I think that's a very different kind of tutorial. All right, and I think we only want to set this to green in this case and in no other case. Yeah, I want to say that's the case, but let's do this. Bool is in tutorial. I guess we know that we're in the tutorial. Yeah, whatever. All right. Where's the start battle button? Start button dot modulate equals colors I like green, else it's going to be set to white. So that'll do that. We need the upgrade portal button to be disabled if you haven't completed the tutorial. Is this done regardless of unlocked instance does this? Money changed does it? This is a little strange. This shouldn't be here. No overload. Oh, because it has, I see. Because we're ignoring the amount of money you take in. Wasn't there something right next to that, though? Yeah, I see. Okay, that's fine. It's also when you complete the tutorial, town dot on complete tutorial plus equals set augment button state. Cool. Now let's go do it. So if town dot is in tutorial complete, what's it called? Has completed tutorial. Yeah. So if you have not completed the tutorial, then this thing is just going to be disabled. Oh, and it can say, I forgot, we could just change the text. Should we change the text? No. I think it should still just say upgrade portal. And I don't know about that. What is that? That's saying to ignore the parameter that's being passed, or the argument that's being passed in. So, for example, money changed passes in money, but we don't need to know it. So you use an underscore to ignore it. Should you hide the button instead? Possibly. I like disabling buttons rather than hiding them so that you know that they will exist or will be usable eventually. And also, I think the UI kind of looks a little bit balanced right now. Like the height of this is kind of the height of this. So I think we just don't change the text. Let's see what it looks like. Hey, Warner, I am doing well. I was saying earlier, my sleep schedule got a little bit messed up. I spent the other night from like 1 a.m. to 4 a.m. in the hospital with my wife because the cat scratched her in the eye and she's fine. Everything's okay. But we didn't know that everything was okay until we saw a doctor. And then they put some like liquid in her eye and then held a UV light over it. And they're like, oh, this lets us see if there are scratches on the cornea. And there weren't any. So thank goodness. And my wife was in pain, but it was from her eyelid, I guess, not from her eye. So I was like, whew, big relief there. Very happy about that. But then I got home and it was like 4:30 in the morning and I was just dead tired. And then last night was a different problem that came up that was not health related. So I'm looking forward to just sleeping. All right, so this is disabled, but it says 200 gold and it does not cost 200 gold. So how about this? Let's do this down here. There. Yeah, it was definitely scary. Those are the kinds of things that you don't expect it to happen. It comes out of nowhere and it could alter the course of the rest of your life. Thankfully, it did not. It altered the course of that night and then the next couple days because I have lacked sleep. But I will take good health news over a couple nights of sleep any day. All right, good. So now I know I'm blocking this a little bit, but whoops. There. So start battle is green, indicating you should click this, and upgrade portal is disabled, but it doesn't tell you why, and you actually do have the money for this. In fact, maybe if we just hid the cost, then you wouldn't be concerned because you would just assume there's some condition you haven't met. Yeah. Yeah, I think I like that idea. Just hide the cost in that case. Hide the cost while in the tutorial so that new players aren't confused about why this is disabled if they have enough money. Yeah. Well, the first time around, we need to show the cost. Afterward, I think the button should still have it. And that's probably what you meant with your message. So I think I agree with you. All right. Let's see what we got now. And let's make sure that this always still makes sense afterward too. So we click start battle. speed up, win the battle. Now, if we go back to that, it's no longer green. Excuse me. It's no longer green. And upgrade portal still doesn't have a cost because we haven't finished the tutorial. But if we go and build the potion shop now the battle map should have been, oh, nice. It only just counted it as being complete. So yeah, now it shows upgrade portal and we don't have the money. And then start battle is no longer green. Okay. I think there's one more concern here. It will turn green if I do this, I think, and then reopen that. Yeah, I don't want that. I want it to check if you're in the tutorial and all this stuff, I guess is true. So, and town dot has completed tutorial. So if you haven't done this, then we know you've unlocked only one instance, so I don't care about that. We also know that, no, we don't know the other things. No, we know this. You couldn't have gotten a second adventurer yet. But we know that has to be in your available party. Okay, the rest of this is fine. All right, so what have we done? Move the start battle button. We did that. Start with your first adventure in that. We did that. Highlight it green. Or show another dialogue. What? Highlight it or show another dialogue once you have the battle map open. I don't know what I meant by this part. Oh, I think I know. The dialogue was like a nudge toward clicking that button. Or show a nudge dialogue. Like the start battle button. Once you have the battle map open. We opted for the first one, but for the sake of archival, I will clarify the second one. Highlighted green when the portal can be upgraded. We haven't done that yet. Disable this so you can't soft lock yourself. We have done this, and it should get re-enabled once you have enough money. Yep. Amazing. Yeah. I think you meant set up your party and start the battle. I think it was, anyway, I was guiding them toward getting through the dialogue, and hopefully it's clear enough. Did get damage in the cornea from a ball hit. Had to apply some cream for a while. Saw a line or scratch. It healed. It's so scary. It's just, yeah. I always wondered, like, if, and you know, this is a hypothetical, but if you had to choose between being blind or being deaf, which one would I choose? And I don't know, because I think both cut you off from the world in different ways. I think I'd take being blind, but I'm not positive. Deaf for you both? Definitely deaf. So I was gonna say there are screen readers and stuff. I'd still be able to work. I'd be able to enjoy music and create music still. And I recognize that you could create music without being able to hear, but that required a certain level of skill before you went deaf, usually. Blind would make game dev harder. Yeah, I'd probably have to switch to like tool development or SaaS development or something. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, both would be very tough. Hearing technology is a lot more advanced than eye technology. Actually, that's true, I guess, right? I have some auto captioning thing on my phone now. So even if whatever I'm listening to didn't have captions, it can still caption it for me. So I guess you could just sort of have like an auto captioner for all the people you're talking to around you. And sure, maybe you can't be in like large crowds that way unless they know sign language, but yeah, you could just avoid those situations most of the time. Okay, I've changed my mind. I vote for death. Test saving and loading to make sure the button is highlighted appropriately, only when you can upgrade the portal. Yeah, so the next thing is highlighting it green when the portal can be upgraded. And when you have enough money. And I think this should be a separate commit at this point. Let's probably check this in. Never knew you could make a to-do list. Yeah, it's just a hyphen and then a square brackets and then whatever text you have. And filling it in is just putting in an X. So if you type in X, it'll look like a completed task. It's pretty nice. It's also nice that you can drag these wherever you want. So like, let's say, oh, this one's already done. Let's move it up a little bit. Oh, that was weird. Yeah, so I could just move it. And it keeps track at the top. I have 4 out of 12 subtasks done. And part of the reason it says 12 is because I haven't deleted these, but these should have just been, these were like old tasks. So now it should say 4 out of 9. Oh, that's pretty nice. I like all that. All right, what are we doing here? This is looking good. Yep. Good, 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 not good. Good, 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 good. Yep. Yep. So the battle map button only is hidden in the very beginning of the game. If I load a game, well, I guess, yeah, load. Yeah, it shows up. Yeah. So I think that's all fine. That's good. We actually fixed a bug here. Never was a thing before, so I think we need to write about this. Fix the bug with using a new instance slot. In fact, I bet there was a bug that was even more insidious that we just never found. I'm kind of curious to test it, but I don't really want to waste the time. All right, you know what we could do? We could launch an old version of the game, and I could, no, that's not worth it. Still, I'll try it, fine. But yeah, I think this is going to cause a bug. So here's a slightly older version of the game. I guess let's just click load. Did this work? It did. Okay, so here's what I think is the problem. We start a battle. Let's go here. Because we have no debug function, so I want to be able to win it quickly. Oh, wait, no, we could just flee. Okay, then we close this, press M, and start a new battle. Okay, that did somehow work, but I thought that would be a bug. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Whether it's a bug or not, we just fixed it. Well, sorry, if it was a bug, we just fixed it. Nowhere near blind, never heard of successful eye transplants. Are you able to still see at night as well? Does the game check if you edited the save JSON file? No. With a single player game, I don't think there's really a reason to stop you from editing your save file. If you want to have 4 billion money, it's like, go for it, I guess. I think at best I would just compress the save file or something, not even try encrypting it or obfuscating it or anything. Just compress it, and then people would have to decompress it and edit it and then compress it. And it's like, that's enough of a speed bump. I don't even know if a speed bump is necessary. Now, if it were a multiplayer game, if there were leaderboards, if there were microtransactions, those will all be reasons to stop people from editing it. But yeah, I just don't think there's much of a need. This is all looking good. Yeah. All right, cool. We should probably write a comment for that new function. Way better. Nice. Yeah, nice. Add it to your to-do list. No, I've got plenty of things on my to-do list already to feel good about marking off. Make next battle, use fresh instance slot. This should be called when opening the battle panel. When opening, I'll say this dialogue for a new battle, as opposed to editing an existing party. Cool. Okay, so what do we do? Fix the bug with using a new instance slot. We also moved the start battle button to the town menu. And what else? Anything else? Oh yeah, disabled upgrade portal while in the tutorial to prevent a soft lock. I mean, this is already our commit message, so let's just type this out correctly, I guess. And this is all for 566. This is part of that. And what was this? Make it obvious you can augment the portal. Work toward clarifying portal upgrades. pressing M wouldn't... Pressing M or clicking the portal would still use or could use an existing instance slot rather than open a new one. All right, unfortunately, I have this ruler set to like 80 characters or something, so I gotta manually do this. There. Move the start battle button to the town menu. Disabled upgrade portal while in the tutorial to prevent a soft lock. Yeah, and then note nothing is using button with custom children, but I still think the class is helpful, so I'm going to keep it around. Okay, so paste that in, fix that thing, and we're good there. Next, highlighted green. Let's take a quick break before this. I do try to take breaks in between my tasks when I can. So it's been about an hour and a half. Is it jump time? It's jump time. Okay, for anyone who's still here from the raid, if you want, you can type join in Twitch chat. No need for an exclamation mark, and then J and a number, and you can jump. And the goal is to jump up as high as you can in the like roughly 2.5 minutes, something like that. So you got about 27 seconds to join. Feel free to try it out. Have fun competing. I'll be back in just a little bit. You know what I just thought of? It'd be kind of cool to make Jump Royale only allow for 5 different kinds of jumps, maybe. Like a slightly left, like two left jumps. I'm gonna just write this out like this, but you can kind of imagine, yeah, like far right, far left, something like that. Anyway, close the game. Hopefully that's not still there. Yeah, perfect. Hey, Pretzel. Yeah, something like that, Kevin. And that way you didn't even need to know any of the numbers. It was just like how far left or right do you want to go? And you wouldn't be able to perfectly align jumps, but like, so what? Hey, Neocromer. Yeah, Atlanta had rated, and I'm guessing some of them stuck around. Game Skevelopment indeed. All right, where we left off was this. Highlight the button green when the portal can be upgraded with money and when you have enough money. So how do we know that you have enough? I guess the battle panel can figure it out on its own from the instance map. Actually, technically, really anything could figure it out on its own, right? We have the button here. Set start button state. It's not that. It's that augment button state. So maybe like a public pool has enough money or like should highlight upgrade or how about this? Meets conditions to upgrade portal. I don't want to say can upgrade portal because maybe it should be can upgrade portal. No, because that doesn't necessarily indicate you have enough money. Yeah, sure. This is good enough. Yeah. That's my arm cubic. That is pretty funny, actually. Yeah. Love that this is not a spam message. It would look like this in any other stream. Okay, so to do check if the portal can be upgraded due to money. I'm not fixing that typo. And then to do make sure you have enough money. Other than your general game design doc and to-do list and your IDE, do you use anything else to keep track of the growing complexity of a large project? Yeah, GitHub. But the visualized classes, tight and loose coupling, etc., no, nothing specific for those things. Part of this has to do with how I work. I just don't tend to I tend to think in text a lot of times, I would say. So it lends itself well to just sort of text-based notes. And for class diagrams and stuff, I feel like the folder organization and then some amount of documentation or markdown can help. We have a few markdown files for things. So for example, I keep forgetting how we do things to cheat the game. So like hire a random adventurer, create a shop, center the camera at a particular spot. It's like these help for debug scenarios. And I don't want to keep trying to remember them. So I did write down a document about it. Naturally 20x. I'm offended. Well, 100x. Yeah, I'm sure there are ways I can improve my workflow. So it's possible that yeah, keeping more documentation might help. I do find that any artifact you make for a code base, whether it's code, whether it's a comment, whether it's a document, whether it's a test, everything has a lifespan, everything has a maintenance cost, and that includes documents. So you might write documentation and it might perfectly encapsulate exactly what you've done. It might be the best guide for that 1 minute. And then a day passes, 10 days pass, a year passes, and your code base no longer looks like what it is that you documented. And further, your reasoning for doing things might change too. Maybe you do something at the beginning because you say we want to move fast and we want to get this to customers. And then a year later, you're like, we need to make as much money as possible. And now that design document, you're like, well, yeah, our reasoning's changed. Like, we don't need this anymore. Yeah, not evergreen. And almost no part of the documentation is like how you set up the project, how you add a feature in a certain place. Like a lot of that is gonna change if your project lives for long enough. I mean, just think about this. Think of any project that's been out there for longer than 10 years. They've probably gone through some massive code base rewrites, like fix sure any operating system you've used, any, I guess like a World of Warcraft style game that's been out for a while and is still getting updates. They probably made gigantic changes. It was called Evergreen. What was its goal? All right, so meeting the conditions. Check to see if it can be upgraded due to money. Where's that? So we need to make sure that there is a next instance. Let's just copy this whole thing. Okay, so if it's none or, well, if it's none, just I guess return false. If the current one is elite, then return false. If, so there is one and it's not elite, which means there is a cost. So now it's just, do you have enough of the cost? So return that the cost, your money is greater than or equal to the cost. Next instance data. And finally, that you've completed the tutorial. Yeah, there, that's it. So this is whether or not the button should be disabled. So we could put this into here, and then instead of saying disabled equals true in all these spots, like we could just make one at the top and say that it's equal to this. If you don't meet the conditions, it's disabled, and then delete, I guess, 3 lines of code. It's doing more computation for that, but the code is like slightly cleaner. In fact, we do this too. There. So 4 lines of code. But now we're doing this multiple times. Anyway, it's okay. It's all O of 1. Wait, actually, it may not be O of 1 because of, I don't know how we check the next instance ID. No, that's O of 1. It's the previous one that's not, because I think we have to iterate over all the instances. Oh, even this one isn't. This is O of N. With that said, I still don't think it's a concern. 1 year old, we already went through 6 iterations on how the project structure is and how to start the project. If that was all for the design and prototyping phase, I think that's fine. If a project is a year old and went through 6 restructurings after you've already kind of set out to do a task, it sounds like that's poor project management. Yeah, I feel like a software architect should come up with something that is not going to need so many rewrites. It leads to a problem in the design process, or points to a problem in the design process. Wonder if documentation works really well in a stateful change control process. Just general documentation takes a lot of upkeep. Yeah, I'm not sure. I didn't know that HashiCorp did that. And I'd be interested to know more about how they do that. Oh, I see, Kevin. Okay, so the location might have been evergreen. Okay, I could believe that, but then the documents all change, yeah. For poor project management, you need a project manager, so joke's on you. Well, maybe there's some reason for why this happened. It's just these are the kinds of things that to me sort of stand out as red flags. They might not be. Also, red flags don't mean you should run from something. Maybe if there are enough of them, you should, or if they're severe enough. But 1 or 2 doesn't necessarily mean it's like a failed project or a failed team or something. I'm not trying to imply that. But yeah, these are the kinds of things I would think about if it's like, do I still want to work here? Do I want to have another 5 refactors in the next year? All right, the reason I did this was for something that I forgot to finish coding. This is my brain today. So whenever your money changes, we potentially need to call into this function. What do you think about this? I think it's safe to just do it when your money changes. No, it's not. It's also when you beat a boss. Oh, well, how about this? Let's make a private void update battle map button. Battle map button dot modulate equals town dot battle panel dot meets conditions. All right, so this is what we want to do, and now it's just a matter of calling this everywhere. So whenever your money changed, we need to do this. Whenever you beat a boss, we need to do this. Where's that? Town dot. Huh, do we not have this yet? Ended battle. Why is this here? This seems not smart. If you lose a battle against an elite. Oh, we don't track that. Okay. But this is if you lose a battle against an elite. We want to know if you beat the elite. But isn't that the same thing as just unlocking a new location? I think it is. And we don't have anything for that here. All right, well, wait, what are the conditions again? So it's you beat the tutorial, but then your money needs to change, so that's not a problem. What else? That's not a problem either. It's just unlock a new thing. Yeah, unlock a new thing or your money changes. That's pretty much it. So how do we know if you've unlocked a new location? What tells you this? Instance map. Unlocked location. Unlocked hint. Aha, there it is. Unlocked instance. And the battle panel listens for this, but what the town menu doesn't? Probably not. No. All right, well, it can. That's it. So town.battle panel unlocked location, unlocked instance, I guess. Okay, and now we do update battle map. Well, that should be that. Let's try it out. There is a bug there somehow, though. Unlocked instance matches delegate instance ID. Oh, yeah, we don't care about which instance it is. But I can still just take this in. There. Started having trouble keeping track of a game project that's bigger than I anticipated for being new to development. I think that sounds like a teething problem, yeah. And I also think this is you learning how you like to do things. There is some level of process that is ideal for any given team. And that level could be zero process and it could be all of the process. And then there's obviously a scale of anywhere in between any of this stuff. So maybe you like writing a document here and there, and you're sort of toward the light end of the process. Maybe you like sprints and formal tasks and figuring out, okay, how are we doing? What's our burn down rate, et cetera, et cetera. That's more toward the higher end of the process, maybe. So learning what works for you and then learning where it was not a valuable use of your time is pretty important. And I've tried all sorts of different things. You've certainly seen me take enough notes on stream, and I value that because they've shown their value to me in the past. And this, for example, that I wrote here, I am positive that about a year from now, I will have forgotten pretty much that this even ever existed. And yet in the future, if I'm ever like, oh man, I need a button with a rich text label or something, I'm gonna be like, wow, I have a note written. Thank you, past Adam. You've done a great job, a great service to your future Adams. Yeah, that sounds good, Neochromer. Yeah, and I think this is part of the job equation. It's like probably you'll never work at a job where literally everything is perfect there. So it's just a matter of, are things good enough? Are you happy generally? And it sounds like you are. Yeah. Okay, let's try this one more time. A wall of filing cabinets for every program, procedure, etc. Document and print all your changes. Man. All right, so this is green, meaning we can afford the portal upgrade cost. We could also highlight this green if we wanted to. The only issue with that, if we highlight this button green, is that you will frequently have enough money to do this, and it won't be the thing you want to do. So I think we follow the same convention. We should follow it in other places, though. I don't know. Actually, no, it will be a thing you want to do because now you can't level up. No, but you'll still have quests. I don't know. Let's just highlight it green. All right, light green. So this is the same thing. Anytime your money changes or anytime you unlock a new instance. This is just set augment button state. We need to, I guess, just call this money changed. And let's delete this augment button state. So we got to do that. money. And then the other one is going to be the, oh, it is the set state that I want. Oh, drat, I'm dumb. All right, let's delete that. My bad, my bad. Let's go just change this so that it sets the color. Oh, it shouldn't be disabled. Oh, drat. I messed this up, didn't I? No, I didn't mess it up. It's disabled when you don't have money. So should anytime it's enabled, it's green. Meets or like can upgrade equals this. So now we want to set the color. I don't know how it's getting these colors. Never used those in my life before. Kind of felt that, but for the past 3 years, I've been feeling I had the perfect job. Really? There's not a single complaint? Like the commute is perfect, the hours are perfect, the team is perfect, the manager's perfect, your process, the language, how much you're learning, how much you're getting paid. I'm not trying to say you can't enjoy your job. I'm just saying I'm also not trying to say you should nitpick and try to find out what's wrong. I just think the equation for is this job right for me is usually like, are you in the upper 25 percentile or something, or upper 40 percentile? And then that's kind of good enough. But I think people sometimes expect that they should be in the upper 5. Yeah, Adam is trying to deflate your sales. I'm not trying to do that. I'm really trying to digital whiteboard an outline of how things should work to process my own understanding. I'm not sure how useful it was. Yeah, I think, look, this is where whenever you're testing anything, the retrospective part of this is important. Really just think of how you learn anything. You have a hypothesis, you go and you test that thing, then you look back on it afterward and say, did it work? Did it not work? And then maybe you come up with a new hypothesis. So even something as simple as like, I should take notes. Well, then go try taking notes. Maybe try different styles of notes. And at the end of it all, just say something like, did that work for me? Did parts of it work for me? Was it a waste of time? Could I do it faster? Just keep testing stuff. I think that's important. And I think software engineers generally do this because this is kind of the debugging experience, right? Hypothesis, like this is going to be the cause of this bug. And then you go test it and you debug and you find out, oh, yep, it was. Now I need to fix it. Reminded me a lot of Moonlighter, but with the automated gameplay. I love Moonlighter. Yeah, I think the concept of like running a town, selling stuff that you find, I think there are going to be several games that have that mechanic. And the automation aspect of this, I think, is nice because I like that I've said this on the stream in the past, but I sometimes just want a casual game. I don't need there to be a million things to learn. I don't need there to be a lot of systems. I just want to relax. I want to play the game and I want it to treat me like I'm an adult. And that's it. And a lot of times I feel like either a lot of games go into a lot of complexity, or they go so simple that there's kind of no way I can engage with it in a fun way, or they treat me like a child. And there's one other thing. Oh yeah, speed. I feel like I don't want the game to waste my time either. There was a game I tried a while ago called One Shot where I just felt like you moved so slowly and there was a lot of moving in the game. And I don't know if you could ever move faster or what, but it was just, I just kept thinking like, why is this so slow? It's all I could focus on. Hey, we leave tonight. Welcome back. Earning good money, boss is awesome, have free schedule, nobody checks if I work the hours I'm supposed to. Yeah, okay, that's great. Yeah. Awesome. Well, then I take back what I said. Warner is the one person who has a perfect job. You should try Elden Ring. I think so. My understanding of Elden Ring is it's a difficult game. It's a Souls-like game, right? But I don't know about complexity. It might also be complex, but I think complexity and difficulty are two different things. Like the original, Ninja Turtles game on the NES, I think is pretty simple, but it's incredibly difficult. So there's no complexity there really. There are 2 buttons on the controller. You run and you jump and you attack stuff, but it's impossibly hard. So yeah, I don't know if Elden Ring is complex. I don't mind difficult games. Not the one. Aha, aha. You want more time? No, I get you. And I think it's good to find that equation. And it's a nice feeling too. And I think more people should try to be happy about what they are doing in their lives. Because you're not always going to want to do that stuff. But if you look at it negatively, you'll start to feel negatively about it. And I really think language is powerful. All right, so this needs to be done anytime you unlock an instance as well, and it's already the case. So I think we're just fine now. Complexity, that's a good one. Yeah, yeah. I wonder what what an example of a game would be that's just complex and has no difficulty. Maybe like Dwarf Fortress or something. I don't know. All right, so this is clickable. It just doesn't really look clickable. Probably because we need to use an even lighter color if we're going to tint this. Didn't I test this out over here? Yeah, I did. Can we lighten it anymore, or is it not really possible? No, it's not really possible. Yeah, we need to change the texture of the button, I think. Or find a better way of highlighting this. Yeah, oh well, what are you going to do? For now, it's good enough. I think we should change it in the future. I think chess is both. No, chess I would say is not all that complex, but is difficult. But it's only difficult because you're playing against other people. Chess on its own has no concept of difficulty because it's a multiplayer game. But uh, yeah, I was wondering what's a complex game that is not difficult? Maybe the factory games or something. I'm not sure. Maybe highlight with a light border when hovering. Hey, Scorpoon. Yeah, I think something like that's a good idea to do. And I don't want to do it now. I want to make sure we're covering some other parts of the game. So let's see if this is looking good. We need to test from the beginning here. Also, what do we do? This is done. We need to make sure that when you load the game, it works. Load game, yep. And if you don't have enough money when you load the game, it should work. So let's go build some of these displays. We need to be at less than, is there no way to do this? Maybe if we do this. No. I need to be at less than, there we go. That's perfect. That'll put me at 0. So now I don't have enough money. I save and I load and it's disabled. Yeah. Factory games are programming, which is both complex and difficult. They are probably difficult games for the optimization reasons. All right, yeah, I think this is working. Let's try this change. Taking a long time to build now. All right, and we do need to do some playtesting later too. I don't want to spend a ton of time working on this tomorrow. So battle map is now white. I know this says use the button at the top right of the screen. It's now top left. That was on the list. So this part's done. This tip needs to say the upper left. Upper right. Top right. Top left of the screen. And there's only one button there. It says use the button. I think that's fine. And now start battle is green. It's only ever going to be green for this. It's also going to be the only button you can click here, although you might think you can click some of this stuff. I feel like we probably should have another dialogue pop up and just say like click start battle. Yeah. Don't know if you remember this. I'm a hobbyist 2D animator too. I do cutscene roughs sometimes for freelance. Not amazing at drawing, but again, I do the rough cutscenes. Always love what you do, and I consider you a good streamer and dev friend. So when the time comes, I can volunteer to do a rough cutscene or animatic you can use for the trailer of your game. Yeah, thank you. Have you seen the current trailer? I'd be curious what you think about what's there, because that was done in one day. And I think for the final trailer, I think I want to spend maybe like 3 days. Well, yeah, I will write this down, so thank you. All right, write this down. And also I had an idea, which is transition at the very end with a bunch of gold coins falling. Maybe make a custom scene in Godot that drops coins using physics. All right, how are we looking now? So buildings, it's highlighted. You can still use battle map. You can still start the battle. Potion shop, build. That's another interesting question I have now. When you build something with the buildings menu, should it close the menu? And I think the answer is yes. Like as soon as you click this. Oh, but only when you click build. No, it shouldn't then. Just a small animatic in 2D that you can use to transition between the animatic and gameplay scenes. To me, that drives a lot of trailers, that combination. Okay, yeah. I'll write this down. And I appreciate it, Warner. Yeah. There we go. Doesn't be long either. Maybe a couple of seconds that you interchange. Can you, yeah, you can post a link. Yeah, sure. All right, I will paste this too. The link I'll probably watch after the stream, but yeah, you can certainly post it and I will take a look. All right. So the tip now says the upper left, not the upper right. Is that correct? I didn't read it, or I didn't click it or something. I don't know what. What do they say? Use the button at the top left of the screen. Perfect. All right, let's check this stuff in. So this is to make the battle map button turn green. And this is to also make the upgrade button turn green. Highlight buttons green when appropriate. So the battle map button itself and the upgrade portal button both turn green now when you can upgrade the portal. i.e. you have enough money and it requires money as opposed to a boss battle. And then this is just update the Guildmaster nudge. Used to point to the top right of the screen when the button is no longer there. Trailer for a game. I work as a freelance animator. Okay, yeah, I will definitely write this down. Thank you for sharing all this stuff, Warner. Before the start battle button had a tween to move it onto the screen. Should the town menu also have that tween, being as the menu is useless until you can click the battle map button? It does show your gold until then, and you do use gold at the very beginning of the game to build the guild. So you have 100 gold to begin with, and the very first thing you do costs 50. So I think we should keep it there. And it does show you the buildings thing in case you didn't click. I guess not in that state, but if you're in this state. Oh wait, why is the camera locked? Oh, it pans the camera and it uses a certain amount. Okay, that's gonna be a bug. Yeah. So at the very panning the camera to a location shouldn't have a minimum time that's so high if you're very close or even on top of the destination already. You can really feel this in the beginning of the game when building the guild, since it prevents camera movement during the pan time. Yeah. Just seems like an awkward pause between the guild master nudge. Well, the awkward pause is because you could find it for yourself. Like you hire an adventurer and you just click battle map yourself and then start the battle, in which case you don't need the tip. But I guess now that it's not called start battle, maybe we make it faster. Goose, thanks for the resub. Happy 23 months. And hey, Godzilla. I was happy to support an old friend streamer like you. Do you remember back in the day when we had the streamers group with the slogan, "It's not a bug, it's a feature"? I don't remember the slogan, but I do remember the other streamers you're talking about. Oh, man. I talked to Hardly Difficult, I want to say it was last year, and he was taking a little bit of a break from kind of streaming and from tech. Quasi, I think it's been years. He was working on Shotgun Farmers. I wonder if he's done something since then. Let's find out. Wow, he got a lot of sales of his game. Mega Storm Games. Have they done anything else? Skyhook was before that. Huh. And Star, I'm picturing someone. I'm not sure. I'm picturing God. It's like I have a vague memory. I can't even describe her. I don't remember anything other than that she used to stream and she was in game dev. I think I'm thinking of the same person though. Moved in during that pause. Now nothing happens. Yeah, I see what you mean. Okay, I wonder if we should just speed that up then. Speed up the guildmaster nudge to tell you what to do. Maybe it's a dialogue instead of being in screen space. Starlight Skies. Yeah. That's who it was. All I remember was the name Star, and I'm like, I knew there was someone named Star. I kept picturing someone in my chat who had the name Star in their name, or the word Star. Okay, so are we done with this stuff? Yeah, we need to look through that. I don't want to reword this anymore. I think it's good. I don't think I would discover the button now during that time frame. Yeah, I think that's fair. And I wonder about it being in, where does this spawn? Being in screen space versus camera space, because you might move the camera around at that time too. Battle nudge. Fade battle nudge. What calls this? Nudge player about battling. Nudge player about battling. Here it is. Wait time is 5 seconds. Okay, so what if wait time is nothing? What if there's no timer at all? I know it's called start timer, but it's actually not even needed, right? Oh, when you clicked them, it would tell them? Oh, whoa, what? What is this? Oh, this is like a snarky state, which we don't even need anymore. I forgot that even existed. If I do that here, here's what it would look like. You build this, you hire your adventurer, and then you click the guild master, and they say, whoa there, I just found someone for you. Why not send them into battle? That's silly. We should probably remove that. But I just changed it so that now we'll just immediately go into that state. Oh, still talk from time to time with Harley? Quasi, haven't seen it since Shotgun Farmers. Yeah. I think it's a cool idea. I really strongly don't want to work on a multiplayer game again for a long time unless it's the kind that you only play with friends you already have and not friends you find through the game or competitors you find through the game. I think it's just so difficult to make a game that requires a community and then keep that community. And even big games struggle with this problem. Not all big games, obviously, but yeah. All right, so we return the title. Oh, I already got rid of the tutorial thing. Right? And I'd love to make a game where you are expected to just play with your friends, something like a Stardew Valley kind of game. That kind of multiplayer I think is fine, because if years from now the community is you and your friends, you can still have fun. But if you launch the game and you require a community of, let's say, 1,000 players, and it dwindles down to 200, that's it. It's like the game's on life support. And then you're pretty much guaranteed to get Steam reviews that are like, there's no community. Why am I playing this game? All right, so as soon as I hire them, yeah, this being in camera space is now weird. I mean, it was probably always weird because you could zoom in and out. And yeah, I think we delete this or put it into screen space. Gone are the days of team games run on private servers. I think Quake 3 Arena was the last game I played like that. Well, I didn't play a team version of it, but it was a death match. Actually, no, it was a team death match. Now that I think about it. Yeah. All right. So what would this look like? Now that you have an adventurer, so then a battle. This was a rich text label on the battle nudge. Yeah. Yeah, I don't like this. Now, what could happen is we could spawn this like up here and then point to the battle map thing. I kind of like that idea. We would just need an arrow. And then we just draw an arrow pointing over here. It could even be animated, so it's like pointing at that thing. Yeah, I like that idea. I like that idea. Maybe it's just in screen space and it's pointing at the battle map button. You could also start a battle by clicking the portal. And if you do that, it's going to immediately force the camera over here. Interesting. Huh. I don't think about this beginning state when pushing for the start battle button move. I didn't think about it. Yeah. I think it's a good suggestion what you're recommending. And now it's just a matter of this wouldn't even be that hard, except for that I have some Guildmaster states in the state machine here, and I think I need to get rid of it, but I'm not positive. But tell player about battling should probably just be deleted. Delete this. How much time do I have left? Okay, yeah, I have time to do this. I think we can finish this task for today, but I think that's probably it. Maybe a little bit more playtesting. Yeah, I'll move the journal thing to Monday. We already filled out the journal for today. So I want to delete this state. I guess we should just delete it. Yeah. Tell player about battling is gone. Where do we go into it? Here. Waiting for first battle. When you click the Guildmaster. No, wait, maybe that was dumb. Yeah, maybe they should still say this. I take that back. All right, come back code. Yeah, it's this that shouldn't happen. This should just be automatic. Waiting for first battle shouldn't be a thing. Or if it is, it's just that we're going to spawn a dialogue somewhere. So delete all of those changes. Sure thing, Warner. Yeah, take care. Also, glad to hear that your job is going well. I like that. Refreshing change from sometimes when people are struggling. But see ya. Have a good weekend. Waiting for first battle. All right, so I don't want a timer for any of this stuff. I want it to just spawn a dialogue, spawn a custom notification in screen space that points to the right spot. I want an arrow that I can use, and I think an arrow should be easy enough to draw, but I don't want to make it myself. So I think we'll have to look up an arrow graphic or something. Maybe find an arrow graphic to use in the game so that I can point to the button I want the player to click. Okay, so now that you have an adventurer, send them into battle. I think we just delete this and then resize this. And can we draw an arrow some other way? Like, I don't think we can use the Unicode arrows. I think they don't show up correctly. Like if I did this, I don't think that would work. Because I remember Idle Ascendants had that problem, but maybe it was a web export thing. Either way, we should just use a sprite for it. All right, yeah. Maybe it's worth trying to find one. CC0 arrow graphic. Imagine we use this one, this 3D looking blue one that would be so out of place. I should just draw an arrow myself. Okay, now we got to position this on the screen correctly. So this should be anchored to the top left, and then we need to move its position. And I just did this for something recently. What was it? It was some notification, autofight notification. How did I bump this off of the bottom with a, not with an anchor apparently, with a position? I guess so. So top left and then also just use the position here to modify this. So something like this. I'll just pick 28 for now. And then it needs to be positioned beyond the town menu. So like there, 220. Okay, let's go try that out. Did any of the code need to change for this? No, we just need to add that nudge to the screen. Transition to nudge player up battling. Just waiting for first battle. Hey, Shoot Strikers. Can you say what happiness is, and are you happy? Sorry for interrupting you. I think happiness is a state of mind. And I would say that I'm happy. Yeah. I think knowing the context behind this question is probably very important. So I know I've quickly answered the questions, but what is the context of this? Are you questioning this for yourself? Are you concerned by the hedonic treadmill? Doesn't it draw good looking arrows for you? It does, but then I need to be able to use those arrows in the game. Hey, Lemnine. You were in Spiro's chat too, right? All right. Guildmaster. I do have some states here, and I don't know if it makes sense. The waiting for first battle is if you had gotten into it yourself. This is like the player may find the button, which we're discounting. That's not going to be a thing anymore. So now there'd be nudge player about battling, which when you enter would start. This would show the player the nudge dialogue, and this would be when the player clicks the Guildmaster. Thanks, yes, just brainstorming in my mind. I see. And I want to combine these two things. I think tell player about battling should be done from nudge player. What does this do right now? Clickable and then transitions. Yeah, this should be doable. I know it seems like this should be a small change and everything. Combine this into nudge player about battling so that this gets deleted. Yeah, hey Drax. Content is so relaxing. You learning makes me learn at the same time. I'm glad. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Thanks for being here. Hey again, Wendy. Wendy, I was looking earlier at this page here and then here. And I was like, oh yeah, thoughts about the game. And then I saw one response. What was that? And I saw it was you. Looks great. Excited for its release. I'm like, that's Wendy. Yeah. He drew Sky today. If I've learned one thing about game dev, it's don't cross Wendy. You always want to be on Team Wendy. Okay, so we're going to go into the nudge state to the point where waiting for first battle doesn't need to exist. So let's just transition out of this immediately. To do, probably don't need waiting for first battle at all. Or maybe it becomes the dumping ground for the other two states. Engagement. Woohoo. Had an interview today. Person was more interested why I left every job versus my technical knowledge. You know what? They were probably just burned by somebody who left because, I don't know, some reason that they now want to avoid. And they're like, why are all these people who want to join us leaving their job? Or maybe they're trying to inquire if you were fired and they can't legally ask you that, something like that. For whatever it is, it's probably not worth them spending so much time asking about it. Yeah, I am using Colmac, yeah. I'll spread unpleasant rumors about you. Well, maybe they're not always rumors. Maybe they're just unpleasant truths. Maybe you were right about the guest today. I'm not repeating that. That's a windy stream kind of thing. All right, so what I'm concerned with is the positioning here. And this is totally wrong, but it's because of where it's getting added. And maybe also the size never got updated. Nudge player about battling. Fade battle nudge. Did this set a position? It didn't. It would just tween. Oh, this isn't even needed. Not make visible, hide. Well, is it in screen space at least? No. Where is it added? Is it on the Guildmaster? Are you kidding me? I know I am almost certainly the one who did this. And even if I weren't, I don't mean this stuff as in like, what was this person thinking? This made sense at the time. But no, this shouldn't be here. This should now be in the town. And then we need to wait for it to delete itself. And it should be once you leave this state. Yeah. Hey, I enjoy free bacon. What is this, Godot? Yes, this is Godot. A very dark side. All right, I want to move this out of here. This is its own scene already. So we just need to instantiate it in a new location. So let's delete this. Guildmaster Battle Nudge. And I want this where we have the automatic fighting thing. Auto fight notification. Here. I want to do something like this and nudge player about battling. Is this fade battle nudge? I don't know. I'll figure this out. All right, now this needs to be in the town. The Guildmaster should have the town. They do. But then this is passed into each individual state except for not nudge for some reason. The one state where I need it. Ah, classic. All right, so town.ui layer. Put this at the top. Entity is not clickable during this time. I don't care about that. This is the auto fight notification, but it should be the nudge, which is located in the drawing room. Here it is. What folder is this? Town. Guildmaster Battle Nudge. Yeah. Okay. Control or dialogue or nudge or whatever. And then move the nudge. Now, nothing's going to delete this. And something needs to. So let's save this here. Control nudge equals null. Good. Move these things. If I could type. By the way, the reason you sometimes see me type things like ENS is because my shortcut to type Command S is actually 4 different keys. It's NEI and S. And NEI forms command. So I had to press these 3 fingers down at pretty much the same time, and I just sometimes don't. So it types out, I don't know, just other letters. All right, and then once you leave this state, just delete the nudge and set it to null. If it's going to be null, though, then that means that this needs to be a question mark, and then it should start as null. And then we just queue free it like this here. Don't need that, and we're done. All right, how's that? This is probably going to show in the wrong location. And I want to start this through Godot anyway, so we can move it around. Starting to think about food again. A little early for that. It is 3:19 p.m. Must not have eaten enough for lunch. Whoa there. Whoa. Whoa. Guildmasters won't stop saying this. Did it even show the nudge? I don't think so. Did they even enter this state? Waiting for first battle. What are they going to first? Hire first adventure goes into waiting. Waiting goes into tell player about battling. Oh, that's not the right state. Oh my god, it was nudge. Player about battling. That should do it. 3 boiled eggs and regret the 3rd egg? Really? Oh man, I have like a snake-like capacity for hard-boiled eggs. They're just so good. Having to maybe eat some pad thai today? I did. That is an excellent guess. I had an apple afterward. And that was it. Oh, I wanted to have a protein shake. That's what I forgot. All right, this is almost exactly what I want. It's slightly in the wrong position, which we'll go fix. And then we need to just make sure it looks good on any size window. So what do we do? Bump up or down? Why is this not changing anything? The whole point of opening this in Godot is that it would change in real time. All right, well, whatever. We can just use the remote scene tree and change it. Where are you here? Wait, is it this? No, it's not this. Wait, what? What's going on here? Where's the Guildmaster nudge? What? I'm confused for a lot of reasons. Okay, this one makes sense. Apparently, the word nudge appears here in order of just looking through the letters because of the N in adventurers, the U in adventurers, then the D and G in holding, and then the E in items. Okay, so that's why that showed up. But where is this thing? There's a state. I added it to the UI layer. Why doesn't it show in the UI layer? Yeah, and the UI layer, just to make sure I'm not going nuts, has the name UI. Yes. So if we look in the UI, it's not there. Huh. What would cause that to happen? Did I name this something different? No, it's Guildmaster Battle Nudge. Huh. What type of game is this? Yeah, it's like a town management sort of relaxed, idle-ish game. This is the problem. I see. Node not found. Guildmaster Battle Nudge. Yeah, of course. Oh, I am a silly goose. This shouldn't even be in the Guildmaster scene anymore. Yeah, Battle Nudge. Goodbye, Battle Nudge. It was nice knowing you. We don't need a tween. We don't need this. We don't need to hide this at the end. We don't need Fade Battle Nudge at all. That's not needed. That's not needed. Well, at least we're simplifying some code here. We just need that arrow. All right, now that you have an adventurer, send them into battle. Can I move this now or no? No, not through here still. But I should be able to now through this. Guildmaster. Aha, we found it. All right, nice. So yeah, I want it to be centered on that button. And that's good. So 19 is the number I want. 19 it is. Save. All right, and then I want this to be animated left and right. We just need an arrow. Should I just draw one myself? I feel like this is a bad idea. Yeah, I feel like it's a bad idea. Let's see how bad this would be. I mean, I know drawing an arrow is not that hard, but I don't know how to make it look like it's going to match what it should match. It's just so stupid. All right, we're going to put this in the game. The dumbest thing I've ever done. Maybe you have an arrow stencil. Is there a like an easy way to draw arrows in GIMP? 3 easy ways to draw arrows in GIMP. Step-by-step tutorial. Method 1, draw by hand. Wow, who would have thought? Method 2, draw in GIMP with custom brushes. And I don't blame you. I'm not very good at drawing either. Download some arrow brushes. I'm not going to do that. So there's no like built-in arrow tool. What is this? Draw arrows in GIMP. Switch to the paintbrush tool. Brushes. There an arrow brush? There is because of this. Yeah, anyway, this is fine. Nice arrow. Thanks. I'm the new big art streamer in this category. This is my my masterpiece. All right, let's save this in the temp folder. And we will call it arrowmasterpiece.png. Is that an arrow? It is an arrow. You could tell because I'm such a good artist. I'm very pleased with myself. Now we're gonna put it in the game. I guess under UI, arrow.png. I think everything else is capitalized. No, it's not. It's fine. Add text in GIMP. Yeah, I could, although I need to make sure I'm licensed to use the font because it's still a glyph from the font. All right, so now we use this inside of here. We find that arrow picture, paste it in here. That is not the same kind of arrow. I forgot we already had an arrow. That is the bow and arrow variety. I want the very, very cool looking artistic arrow. All right, cool. So now we move this whole thing to the side some more. 350. And then we just tween this thing back and forth. Looks good. We can modulate this to make it a different color. That's why I drew it in white. I don't know what color we would want to make it. Maybe this. Now it's a skin colored arrow. I'm just going to keep it white. This is so bad. All right, let's tween it. have the original tween for this here? Yeah, although we want it to loop back and forth, right? Do I have that somewhere? Set animation loop tween. Yes, here. Okay. All right. I put this inside the nudge. Would you like me to make you an arrow? Okay, that's just wrong. Wendy's trying to get in the credits for this game. It's trying to be like, I can help. I'm an artist. I'm better than you. Yeah, sure, Wendy. You want to? I don't mind just asking Quickie Joe to do this. Size, I have no idea. That size. What is this? I don't even check. Image canvas size. This one's like 162 by 63. I don't know, like thereabouts. Something a little maybe smaller might look good. Honestly, you probably just use your best judgment based on taking a screenshot of this and then just seeing how far away should the arrow look. And you don't have to do this, Wendy, if you don't want to. You've got more important things. Yeah, standard arrow size, just an A1 arrow. Okay, so now we want our thing that I already just lost. Here it is. Copy and paste. All right, so the tween is going to be on the nudge itself. Set loop 0. We're going to tween the position of this. And we're going to set it to new vector 2. Nudge dot position dot x or y, I guess. And then I don't know where we want to put this. Plus 100. Sure, whatever. And then the same thing, but not plus 100. Okay, does that work? I don't know. Let's find out. Also, do we ever free this thing? We do. AI agents, the next wave, thoughts? I'm not totally sure what you're asking. Like, what do I think of the next wave of AI agents? Or do I think AI agents are like the next big thing? I'm not trying to be obtuse. I am honestly asking. All right, well, that didn't work. Position does not exist on object. How do you tween the position again? I forgot how to do this. Tween. I'll search for this and then dot star position. I don't know if this is a thing. This position. It is apparently possible. And it is just a vector 2. Huh. It's the first R for tween property. Oh, it's the object being tweened. Yeah, that's probably the thing I'm doing wrong. Yeah, this should be the nudge. Yeah, I wasn't thinking about that. Yes, as in both. Next wave of AI agents, I wouldn't say I've used like a next wave of stuff. I'm using Copilot. That's the AI I engage with mostly. And it's backed by ChatGPT and I don't know the exact model, but they're updating it every once in a while. I don't think it's getting drastically better than it was, let's say, 6 months ago. But it was helpful 6 months ago and it's helpful now, so I like that. And I think AI is like the next big thing or the next wave of stuff. Like, yeah, I think so. I think AI doesn't need to do a lot more than it does now to be helpful for people. As an example, I do some video editing every once in a while, and there are some common tasks that I have, like mute audio during this segment or have a nice transition between these two video clips. Imagine that the program is just like, hey, you seem to be doing this 2 or 3 times. Can I do it for the rest of the program for you or the rest of the video? It's like those sorts of things are amazing. That'll probably save video editors lots of time. And this happened somewhere. Oh yeah, Discord did this. It's probably not driven by AI, but how often does this happen to you? You're in a server, some like large server, And every once in a while, you get DMs from someone from that large server, and they're like, it's just some spam message. So I block these people or I ignore the messages or whatever. And at some point, Discord asked, like, hey, you've blocked 3 people from this server. Do you want to just block DMs from the server? And I'm like, yes, thank goodness. So those sorts of features could be very well driven by AI, and they could exist in practically any program. Spiro, hello. Thank you very much for the raid. We're talking very briefly about AI here. I don't want to totally go off the rails. I hope your stream was good. Yeah, those sorts of features could be added to a lot of things. I mean, imagine if it was like, oh, every time you close a program or something, you end up closing all your tabs. It's like, hey, do you want to close your tabs automatically in the future? Do you want to enable these settings or something? So I think those could be really nice. Yeah, Broja. Hello, sir. Keep going. Don't let us interrupt. Well, that was it. I was, like I said, brief conversation about that. What we're trying to do right now is control. Wait for it. There's a dialogue in the game. Yeah, this. I wanted to make this bounce back and forth, and it's looking pretty good, except that I wanted to use different parameters for this stuff. So I wanted to be maybe somewhat more subtle than that. 100 pixels is a lot. And then instead of linear, what do we have as an option? Isn't there some elastic thing? Yeah, this might look stupid. Well, let's try it. And then in is what? Start slowly, speeds up toward the end. I want it to be quickest in the middle. Slowest at both ends, so in, out. This might look dumb. I don't know. Let's try it. Yeah. How are things going, Spiro? What'd you talk about today? What'd you do today? Did you make CSS 4D effects yet in Ghost Magic? I need to shortcut through all this stuff. All right, this looks even worse than it was. Actually, it's got a little bit of charm to it, despite looking super wonky. But that's not what I was expecting when I did this. Huge rant on the state of the tech industry. So yeah, except we were calm and measured. All right, all right. Have you thought of renaming your channel to Tech Rants? Because I think you could get an audience doing that. You have, legit. Well, geez, we're just sharing the same brain at this point. Yeah, so the elastic thing looks kind of bad here. Or maybe with in out it does. I think we just need a different easing here. And I don't know what we should use. Yeah, I have no idea. Just quad. And it's over the course of 2 seconds. I don't think that was a problem. I don't want it to be too much motion. Maybe just make the arrow wiggle and not the whole thing. Yeah, the problem is I'm just very bad at coming up with this stuff. Let's call this function from just starting up the game, because it doesn't need to be here. And that way we can test it anywhere, like here. Now instead of town everywhere, we do this. So control nudge, town is just this. And there we go. Tech Pool, Deadpool's cousin from Earth 69 who rants about tech in Deadpool fashion. I don't think I've seen Deadpool, so I don't know what Deadpool fashion is, but yeah. This is pretty nice. I like this. Yeah. Yeah. This is what I was envisioning. I think maybe we just slow it down a tiny bit so that you don't get motion sick looking at this. But other than that, yeah, that's what I want. All right, let's try slowing it down to maybe even just 2.5. Yeah. Yeah. And then if you miss this, we'll have another nudge here that points to that one and then goes like in this direction. And if you miss the second one, we'll have another nudge over here and we'll eventually cover the whole screen in nudges until you realize, oh, there's a button here I need to click. So it'll be perfect. You already tried the MIT licensed icons for the arrows? I don't know if you know this, but Windy is custom making an arrow as we speak. And it has been 9 minutes. So I assume the arrow has a lot of detail. Yeah, that'll point you to the lake. Oh yeah, what size do you need? Never mind. Winnie wasn't spending 9 minutes. He was yanking my chain over here. What size? I'm not sure. I assume like roughly the size that it is. So it was something like 160 by 60, but it's totally fine either way. By the way, Wendy, you certainly don't have to do this. And if you do it, I'm going to have to add you to the credits of the game for one arrow graphic, which I am happy to do. But I am not sharing revenue for one arrow. Yeah, I'm gonna check this in for now though, because I think this is good. So yeah, and 2.5 look good too. All we did is change that one property. So let's just change this here. 5, done, delete, whatever. And then we have a lot of other little changes we need to make though. But what an arrow. I know. It'll show up first in the credits. Can people from chat contribute to pixel each? I was wondering, what if, oh, what is that called? Oh man, hang on a second. What is that called? Hang on, I won't look at chat, but the word I'm trying to come up with is the one where it's hiding data inside of images by changing pixel colors in a non-human detectable way. Something. It starts with an S. Steganography? Steganography? Is that it? Oh my god, if I'm correct about this. Yes. Oh. I'm impressed with myself. I kept picturing a dinosaur. A stegosaurus. I'm like, it's close, but it's not that. Hey, Weasley. I know words, chat. All right, so combine everything into one of these. I had a to-do item somewhere. Not that one. Yeah, these. Probably don't need waiting for first battle at all. Or maybe it becomes the dumping ground for the other 2 stages. Yeah, I like that. Steganogrouse. All right, so it's a grouse combined with a stegosaurus, which actually a lot of birds like this I think would be fitting as dinosaurs. It's like the Velocichicken. Closest thing I could find in my dissertation project: the dinosaur hiding in plain sight. What's your dissertation project? All right, we're gonna combine everything into here, which means the nudge about battle is gonna get removed. And we're gonna put it in this. So let's just close out of all this stuff. Waiting for first battle. We don't need a timer. That can get deleted. We do need all of this stuff. The entity is going to be clickable. We're going to spawn something different when we do that. Transition. When you use the start battle button, just go to standby, I guess. Yes, it's already doing that. And when you leave the state for any reason, set this to that. So we don't need start timer here. When you click, instead of telling you about battling, we're just going to spawn the dialogue that was associated with it. Oh, look at that. This needs a town. How cute. How cute that the code hates me. Yeah, there. All right, so in here we had dialogue data. Let's save that. Oh, this is text-based dialogue state though. Created a data storage method by applying multiple ciphers, but representing this in a visual way by plotting it on like a character graph. I think I need to see it. You said it's similar to steganography. Is the point to try to store things in a way that people don't realize are being stored? Because this reminds me of, what's the guy's name now? It used to be Sucker Pinch. What was it? IP hard drive or ping hard drive? Yeah, harder drive. Let me copy this. This is a great video. And if anyone is vaguely into even just engineering in general, he makes it very entertaining. And this is just a wild project. It's flexing on all the engineers out there. AI solution for Steganograph. This is pretty good. What'd you use to make this? Also, I'd be horrified if I saw this in real life. This thing looks like it wants to kill me. Yeah. It looks kind of like a pangolin, actually. Pangolin. And these look cute. Look at that little face. But not the Stegonograss. Vidnaz. Vidnaz. Does it sort visually? Ah, I see. All right, so what does this do? It sets the dialogue and has a way that if it couldn't set the dialogue, what it would do, which in this case, I don't think we would care about. And then when you close it, it transitions to a different state. In this case, we don't even need to worry about when you close it. So I think we can just combine this into here. It does need a town for this. So clicked is going to be show a dialogue. Here's the dialogue. We need the state. The data, I mean. It's that thing. Clear dialogue. What does that do? Oh, interesting. Okay, we need that. This. All right, where do we put this? Here? No. What am I doing? Use start battle button. Nice. All right, and all the town stuff is lowercase town. And what are we missing here? This. I don't care about the on failed to present part. On closed, do I care about that? What did that do? Nothing. Nothing for us. So it's just try calling this and ignoring the results. Name dialogue data doesn't exist. Excuse me. It's right there. Did I copy paste that wrong? I didn't. It's just passed in through here. I see. Okay, let's try that now. The resemblance is cracking me up. You know, unknown, I get a kick out of what cracks you up at like 2 in the morning or whenever you watch these streams. They do look pretty similar, I guess. But this would be facing away and have its head turned to its right. What am I doing? Oh yeah, you can click this now, but you can't because it doesn't do anything. Oh no, but why? Is it still in this state? Static members should appear before non-static members, sure. When you click this, it would set the dialogue over here, and it's not doing that. No other dialogue exists. Man, why is that not working? Waiting for first battle. We're in the right state, aren't we? Hire first adventure goes to that? Yeah. All right, I guess let's just put a breakpoint on clicked. What's going on? We can't because I apparently modified something. Oh yeah, I modified this. All right, well now I have the breakpoint there. So it's when you click them after you've hired an adventurer. It's not even getting hit. Oh, did I forget to set them to clickable? I thought that said true. All right, my bad. This is a very easy problem to solve. Yeah, there we go. Whoa there, I just found someone for you. So now if you start a battle, it's going to, oh cool, that should probably go away. It's going to delete that dialogue, yeah. So just make the nudge hide itself, hide the nudge when you open the battle map. Although it should maybe show up again afterward. You don't have any other buttons to click though. Like what are the odds you click and then accidentally hide it and then can't figure out what to do? I think you would eventually realize. All right, so how would we hide it? We need to know that you opened the battle map. And there's no easy way to do that. Yeah, there's no easy way to do that. We have this in game state machine. This is silly. This should have never been here. We could just have the waiting for first battle state listen for when you do click the battle map. I think that's reasonable. So town dot, we have nothing that tells you that it just showed itself though. I guess the battle panel could emit a signal, like just showed. Although we have this already in the form of the visibility modifier, so we could just do this from here. Town.battlepanel.visibility changed plus equal. Yeah, sure. Battle panel visibility changed. Private void that. This does not actually take in and is visible. If battle, if it's visible, then I guess hide the nudge for a bit. Nudge, like fade functions dot fade out nudge. Otherwise fade it in. There's no argument that corresponds to the required parameter duration. I don't know, 1 second? Maybe half a second? Probably half a second. And then this is technically not guaranteed to exist. But it should be. So if nudge is null, return. Sure. All right. Hey, Rich. Now, what's next? There was some other thing I needed to do. Well, for one, I guess fade this thing in. Fade functions dot fade in nudge. Yeah. But 2 was to... Oh, subtract this thing. Yeah, and leave. Clear the delegate that we have. Yeah. All right, that should look good. Let's try it out. And then it's just cleanup. All right, it faded in. And now when I open the battle map, I know this isn't exactly pointing to the right pixel, but that's because we might use a different arrow graphic. Yeah, so it faded out. And it'll fade back in until we finally click this. That is great. Yeah. That is really great. That's exactly what I want. All right, now we just go delete a bunch of other states. Like I said, just clean up stuff at this point. Tell player about battling should be pointless. Yep. And nudge player about battling should be pointless. Hopefully, yep, because I should have this here, yeah. Yeah. Guild master. All right, so tell player and nudge player. Tell player, reveal, and nudge player. Best arrow you've ever seen in Discord DMs. 3 DMs from Windy. Look at this. This is like gazing into the eyes of divinity here. What does Eggman have to say? Oh, it's not even 3 messages. It's 1 message. Check it out. Thank you, Windy. I do appreciate it. Okay. Sure, Windy. Okay. Adam's shaded L arrow. I shall name it Laro. All right, sure, put it in there. All right, now, how do you tell if Windy steganographied some messages in there? We'll never know. They could be hiding anywhere. Arrow. All right. Add Windy to the credits for the game for the arrow. Crypto miner into a ping. I mean, there have been image-based exploits in the past. It's possible that you manipulated Godot's image loading and then manipulated all the bits afterward to download a program from windybeard.net, .uk.gov. It'll never align, right? Yeah. Take that, Adam. You'll never beat Star Gunners. I'm trying to find where I put this thing. Here it is. Show in file manager. All right, let's take you and put you in there instead. Nice. Now, oh my goodness, it's beautiful. All right, now we try to align this. That's pretty good. Now it's a proper video game. Ah, it is a video James now. All right, I think we're done deleting all this stuff. Let's try it out again. All right, this is my first time using windy art in my game. Wow, it's looking so polished already. The art isn't even showing yet. All right, Windy is pointing the wrong thing. Can you make the graphic but like a little bit taller so that it points the right thing? I kid, of course. Let's bump this up. I didn't launch through Godot, so I get. Oh, it should have been 19 to begin with. I guess I never saved it. Huh. I don't know what happened there. Try that again. I don't need to put you in the credits. I'm gonna put you in the credits, Wendy. You made an arrow. I would not put you in the credits if you were a total rando on Twitch who's like, oh, I could just draw an arrow for you really fast. I would have just gifted you a point. Oh, which actually I should give you a point anyway. Wendy should be on the leaderboard. All right, so now it just needs to be moved up a little bit more. So maybe like that. It doesn't change in the game immediately, but I'll change it like so. So guild, master, nudge. Why is this not affecting anything? Oh, because of the tween? Silly me. Silly me trying to make a change. Not some lunatic rando, just a lunatic. I mean, it's still not totally right. Let's just get a picture of it when it's close. How many pixels off is this? Like another 2? Maybe 3? Where did this thing even go? Did I just crash Godot? Did Windy's arrow graphic just crash Godot? What is this Bitcoin mining process on my computer? Oh my God, hang on. It's uploading all my Bitcoin to Windy. Oh God. Can we get a setting to enable legacy arrows? Yeah, I want my sucky arrow in the game. This happens every once in a while where it just doesn't even bother trying to load Godot again. Godot. I think we just have to wait. Checking the date to make sure it's not April Fool's. Yeah, April Fool's is going to come up pretty quick. And I have some ideas, but I haven't developed them yet. People expect so much from me on April Fool's. It is a heavy burden I must bear. Hang on, I wanted to see this really fast and see what was my favorite April Fool's one. I think it was the typing with the piano one. Yeah, I think that was my favorite. It's just so me. All right, let's try this out. That was special. I think it just recreated this because that thing took the focus. All right, just click a bunch of stuff. Yeah, that's looking good. Now, Windy should have charged because I don't know if he knows this, but this looks like it's a left arrow. I could use this for a right arrow as well. That's like 2 graphics in one. Let's clean this up, commit. This will never stop happening. I don't know what causes this. Line 62. Town viewport is getting set to 2,2. All right, I don't know, but if nothing else changed in here, then we're gonna revert this file, which means I probably need to close out of all of this stuff. Is it the correct way to provide assets? Always facing right. I just pick a random number from 0 to 360 and use that and then just rotate in the code. I mean, an artist would have just made the files a certain way, but I'm doing it the programmer way, which is always the correct way. Is animation moved up in the file? Auto fight notification. You know what? I'm going to check this in on its own because it keeps wanting to do this. Move chunk of a scene. Godot seems to be doing this automatically, and I'm going to stop fighting it. Yeah, this is not meaningful. Oh, wait. Anchor preset changed. What? Did this better not have broken anything. Let's see. Send them to battle. Speed up. It should pop something up right here. Yeah, perfect. And if I move the window around or something, it should still be in the right spot. Yeah, good. I'll throw north northeast for free. You got to pay a lot more for southwest though. It's true. Unknown. Getting way more bang for my buck. Where's that SpongeBob fish face when you need it? In case it's not clear to everybody, normally I'm all about productivity. I've been tired and it's been a longish day, so we're mostly just like, what is it, puttering around. All right, this isn't needed. I do like that we kept the snarky text now that we have non-snarky text to guide you. Yep, looking good. Cool. All right, so what did we do? What was this change for? Oh, this was what Ski mentioned like 4 hours ago when he said, "Oh, just a tiny change, Adam." It was, yeah, make the guildmaster nudge more obvious. Ski suggested that I do this now that there's no explicit start battle button on the main UI with a tween. Without that, it wouldn't be obvious to the player what to do. Oh, there's one other problem, right? Did I leave this in there? I don't remember. Not to player about battling. There was like a waiting for battle that transitioned as soon as it entered. No. We got rid of that. No matter how hard you want it to be, especially the creative side. Yeah, and also today was already a good day before we got to this, so I'm pretty happy. Unknown is probably in a fit of giggles right now. Okay, and then look through this. Start battle button disappears forever when you close battle panel with other components. When you open it and click close, start button will appear forever. Let's close through something else. The button never appears. I don't think there's a problem right now. Yeah, I think we can delete this. So sync changes. I just deleted this button. We gotta get commit hashes. Oh, what? I want to open the history. I think I clicked that commit hash. All right, where is it? What? Was it this? No, that's not it. What is going on? Where's the commit that removed the start battle button? Oh, here? Yeah. I just moved this button to the, well, I deleted the button, yeah. So I'm going to close this issue. Close. All right, we're down to what, 220, no, 223. I was going to say 222. Okay, so this is done, this is done, this is done, this is done. Which means this issue is now done, I think. Are there any other issues with the start battle button? We're to be at least the level of that. Yep. Yep. I think that's it. Also, I think this is done. Restore this, revamp the recommended level. Oh, yeah, we should probably do this change. Instead of saying level 1, maybe we should just say like easy, hard, something like that. I don't know. I think it's worth considering. Revamp how you choose a party. See if this is invalidated. Yeah, so this is the only thing we potentially need to keep. I'm just going to write it down here in the backlog for now. Consider this. Now that levels are sort of predetermined. And only quests augment power further. This one can be closed. 302. Start battle button can go off screen. Yeah. Good call. Edit. Close. And then this. None of this is really relevant anymore, thanks to Kevin's work on the battle panel. Well, maybe the one about relative difficulty strings, but I'll consider that later. Cool. Add apples to the map and have the skeleton get longer when it goes over one. What? I don't follow this at all. Oh, a snake reference. Oh my God. Oh. Oh, goes over an apple. Okay, I think I misinterpreted what one was referring to. All right. Yes. Great idea. I learned my university doesn't keep my dissertation around, and it's on my UK PC, and I can't find the copy I had on me, but 30 minutes later, I have this blurry image to share for what I've done. Explains nothing. Wait, when you say this blurry image, you mean a 48 by 48? Like this thing? Because I suspect that some of these pixels might be interesting, but there aren't a whole lot of them. Okay. It stores 1 pixel by 1 pixel data. Interesting. Cool. Yeah. And Nam, welcome into the channel. Welcome. I'm glad you find it to be nice and calm. So now this is finished. Yeah. Just finished this in... where'd the commit list go? I can't find it. I probably closed it already. Okay. Excuse me, let's open it up again. Done. Close. Yes, I got that. The Rorschach test. And I appreciated it. I just didn't comment. All right. So I kind of want to do some playtesting, but I've been streaming for quite a long time. So here's what I'm thinking. Tomorrow is going to be the UX session. I don't stream those. I'll get some feedback from my friend. and we'll start considering it on Monday. Process feedback from the UX session on Saturday. I'm hoping she just likes the game and everything's hunky-dory, but that's never really how these things go. So what's nice is since last Saturday, we've addressed, let's say, like 15 things. Oh, Spiro, thanks for gifting a bunch of subs. That's very nice of you. I'm a real tech influencer now and can ruin the industry for everybody. Yeah, I appreciate it. Welcome in, everybody. Thanks, Spiro. I was saying that I think there are something like 15 wins since last Saturday, and it's hard to give context for all of them. But if we just look at, let's close these. What was Monday, the 5th? Was it? No, it was the 6th, right? Yeah, it was the 6th. This is what we started with. So you used to be able to manually train adventurers. There was a button in the game. You paid money and your adventurers would level up. But there were some limitations around this and it didn't really make sense. So we've gutted that. So my friend tomorrow will be the first one to try that out in the actual game. And then what else did we do here? I think most of this other stuff is like little polished things and new player experience things. And one of the ones I'm really happy about, I think this is well worth the effort. Thank you, Spiro. I really appreciate it. Yeah. I I was telling my wife about what you said about sort of the responsibility of streamers. Well, not necessarily streamers, but influencers and sharing opinions. And the conversation deviated from that a little bit, but I was making some jokes about like, well, as a tech influencer, I have influenced these people to do these things or something like that. I do like the sort of the power of influence in positive ways. So, for example, the mentoring, I don't know, like the good habits I might have, those sorts of things. And I don't want to turn this into tech rants or what was it called? Deadpool tech rants. I forgot what the name was. But yeah, I think if I were to become a full-fledged influencer, I'd have to change the content a bit, and I don't think I'd like doing that. I've been influenced to take more notes. That is quite good. All right, so yeah, the thing I wanted to show was the level up banner. I spent a bunch of time on this, and this is what it looks like. We have to win the battle. Oh, let me turn on the sound. All right. It's a really good change. And what else do we have on this list? Fix typo and file name. That was probably the most impactful one. Clicking dialogues to close, stop locking the camera. Yeah, these are all little usability things, but I think they add up to just a better experience. Yeah. Yeah, almost no functionality changed. Well, since Monday. Yeah, almost no functionality changed. It's all like bug fixes and stuff. I've been influenced to purchase a 12 key keyb. Wendy, you got to cut those numbers down. With keyboards, it's like golf. The lower the number of keys, the better. Which is why I'm superior to most keyboard users, is because this is down to 36. But someone out there is using 32 and they're better than I am. How often do you level up time-wise? So the way I look at it is in terms of how long the bosses take to get to beat. So the first one used to take about 20 minutes for new players, and the second one used to be a total of about maybe 60 to 70 minutes. And these now correspond to levels. So the first level up is after about 20, and then the second level up is after about another like 40 to 50 extra. And then the next one, I don't know, might be another hour or so. So I'm not sure. There are only, I think, 6 levels in the game. So you're not leveling up constantly. You're never really getting a ton of skill points. By the end of the game, I think you should have 6 is what we wanted. Yeah, so you'll be able to get like this skill loadout, for example. Maybe we give you something that lets you get a 7th skill point, but I think that's about it. Is a level up banner final art? It's not final art. I think there should maybe be some like confetti or something. I guess kind of this is what's tough. The artwork you see for things like the world and the characters, I would say that's final art. And then whether or not it's the final polish is not necessarily the case. So maybe an adventure starts glowing or something and it's like, well, it's the same artwork, but there's just a shader on top. Yeah. I vote smoke again for the level up. I think, I know this is a joke, but I think that confetti is the only thing that I have in mind. I'm very sort of bad at coming up with those sorts of things. Also, I do like the banner, and I like that it's animated and everything, and I think it's better than nothing for sure. But yeah, we could certainly improve that. All right, well, pretty good, pretty good. Yep. Well, next week is all going to be about just getting ready for the Friday launch and making sure that people have fun playing the game. I think we're going to have to spend some time working on some content, but it's hard to say for sure. Do the confetti. All right, I will add a note. Add confetti for the level up banner. It could help add some more impact to it. All right, I'm going to go find somebody to raid. Because I've been streaming for a little longer than I thought I would today. But all in all, I'm very happy with how it's been going. All right, who is streaming? Man, the list of people I'm following is gigantic now. Because I'm trying to follow everybody that I raid, so I know that I've raided them. So finding a new person to raid is also kind of tough. Raid channel. All right, same category and English. Let's see who we've got. All right, we ignore all the following things. All right, this person's on a break right now. This person's been online for like 4 hours. I'm gonna find someone who hasn't been online for too long. Scuffling time. All right, let's raid this person. I don't know what that means. I don't know what they're doing. Yeah. Okay. Mini cutscene we love that has text and images with some lore. I don't know. I don't know. My brain is fried right now anyway. Thanks for watching, everybody. Thanks for the support. Spiro, thanks for those 10 gifted subs at the end there. Windy for the arrow. And everybody else for being here. All the people who resubbed. I'm really happy to be doing this stuff. I know there's like a timer counting down for how long I have to be on my soapbox about this, but I feel very privileged to be able to work on a game that I want to work on with the schedule I want to work on it and pursue, I don't know, cool stuff that's coming up. So Steam festivals are coming in February. I look forward to seeing you all next week and hearing what you have to say about the game if you eventually play it on Friday. I hope you have a good weekend and take care. We'll go check out this person again.